You are obviously a serious mage, but you put your skill points, all added to the quick recovery of mana. Everyone laughs at you for being a fool, but they don't know. Your gift is everlasting. There are 2 skill effects. Effect 1 summons a skeleton mage each time. Only needs to consume 0.1 blue bars, and the level increases as the summoner improves. Effect 2. You can learn the same undead summoning skills without restriction, equivalent to as long as your recovery speed is fast enough. You can have 1 infinitely resurrected skeleton army. As for the mage being a fragile question, as a time traveler, of course you have a solution. Soon it will be time to awaken to your profession. At this time, more than 100 senior high school students are gathering in the square. Principal Wang Wei announced on the podium. The awakening ceremony officially begins. You are also very excited, because you have traveled to the Blue Star world for 3 full years. I've been waiting for this day to come all the time. Podium. With the departure of Principal Wang Wei, several formation masters also began to join forces to build formations. A few minutes later, circles of milky white magic ripples start sweeping the entire playground. Wang Wei returns to the rostrum, face full of red light. A wave of his hand. Students from Class 1, Grade 3, are preparing to awaken to their careers. Xu Xiaoqing, Class 1, Grade 3, took the stage. Xu Xiaoqin, as the monitor of Class 1, Grade 3. Excellent grades. It is also recognized. One of the 3 campus beauties of Qingyang No 1 Middle School. When she stepped onto the podium, there was an uproar in the audience. I relied on my goddess to get on stage. If only I could make her my girlfriend. Just let me give this author 3 nods every day. I am willing to. Last monthly exam, Xu Xiaoqin ranked 2nd in the school. Needless to say, there's that pervert Zhu Xiaobei from Class 2. Our goddess Xiaoqin is really the second child of 10,000 years. He's really not a human being. Listen to the stealing around you. You couldn't help but twitch the corner of your mouth as you whispered, before you travel through time. Although academic performance is also very good, but it's nowhere near as inappropriate as it is now. Memory and adaptability after time travel. They're all incredibly perverted. Maybe it's because after the 2 souls merged, let your soul be far higher than this. Only then did he achieve his current status as a super academic. Just then, Xu Xiaoqing walked into the formation. After a few seconds, the formation suddenly glowed brightly. A giant sword emitting bright golden light appeared. The whole place rioted again. Goddess awesome. This level of vision. It is definitely a rare profession. Somewhat like the Holy Swordsman. But that sword. It also seems to be slightly different from the sword of the Holy Swordsman. On the playground. While the students were still discussing, Principal Wang Wei on the podium. At this moment, I was shocked beyond measure. With his knowledge, of course I saw the clues. This next second. Center of formation. Blooming again with unparalleled golden light. At the same time, pieces of white feathers fell from the sky. After counting interest, a seraph whose face cannot be seen clearly. He reached out and grasped the golden giant sword in midair. In an instant, a golden halo filled the whole world. Xu Xiaoqing awakens as a professional seraph. Life equipment sword of Holy Light Angel. Of course you in the audience also saw this scene. Equally shocked beyond measure. That's a hidden profession. Still in a hidden profession? A super powerful profession that can be ranked in the top 20. Even you. They are all slightly envious. Oh, it's troublesome. You shake your head and smile bitterly. At this time Xu Xiaoqing came down. But when she passes by you, but there was a slight smile on the corner of the mouth. Snorted coldly this time. Let's see how you win me. You didn't say anything. Didn't even take his eyes off the podium. This scene made Xu Xiaoqing even more angry and gritted her teeth. Cai-san is next on stage. Awakening professional slam dunk master. Basketball. Zhongdao awakens as a professional warrior. The natal equipment sickle. The entire grade 1 class. Only Xu Xiaoqing has awakened the hidden profession. Everyone else is an ordinary professional. Not even a rare profession has appeared. Soon it was the turn of the 2nd class to take the stage. As the monitor of the 2nd class, naturally, I have to be the first to wake up on stage. Zhu Xiaobei takes the stage. Principal Wang Wei looked kindly at those standing in the audience. The eyes reveal endless expectations for this student. After all, your grades. But he suppressed Xu Xiaoqin, the genius of the Xu family, for 3 years. Took a deep breath. You stepped forward. Stepped into the magic circle. The eyes of more than 100 people present. Everything is gathered on you. Especially Xu Xiaoqin, who has just awakened her hidden profession. Even more clenched fists. At this time, the magic circle is operating. Bloomed with brilliant light. Energy begins to be consumed rapidly. The originally bright sky suddenly fell into darkness. A bunch of black clouds like ink appeared above everyone's head. Like the end is coming. Damn it, why is it dark? The entire playground was shrouded in dark clouds. It's so scary. Have you ever suddenly? It feels like the surroundings have become eerie. Is it strange to change jobs at this time? This kind of vision. It just happened once half an hour ago. It was what happened when Xu Xiaoqing awakened the Seraphim. Wang Wei on the podium was extremely excited. As the principal of Qingyang No 1 Middle School, can be in the same session. Cultivated 2 students who awakened hidden professions. He will also gain both fame and fortune. Hey, look. Is there any movement in those dark clouds? Everyone else also noticed the change in the dark clouds above their heads. Originally, it was just dark clouds as deep as ink. A clicking sound started. It's like the sound of bones rubbing and colliding. Then the shape of the dark clouds also changed. They turned into grotesque skeletons. Some monsters look like humans, but most of them are animal professions whose prototypes cannot be recognized. The awakening has come to an end. Next, it's time to gather your life equipment. You must know when Shu Shaoqin wakes up. The sky is filled with beautiful glow. When the sword of Holy Light Angel is finally gathered together, it even blinded everyone's eyes. And you have entered another realm. The dark sky makes people breathless. Eerie environment. It even makes some timid students' calves tremble. It's just the natal equipment you are condensing at this moment. It's really surprising. What the hell is that? Such a big battle. Why does your natural equipment look like this? No wonder these people are so shocked. Because it's right above your head. The condensed natal equipment. It's just a handful. An ordinary-looking black shovel. This kind of shovel is 9 yuan and 9 apiece in a hardware store. It turned out to be someone who woke up. Hidden professional god's natal equipment. Funny, this is. Wang Wei on the stage was also stunned. Awakening is over. But it took him half a minute. Then the corners of his mouth twitched slightly and he said, Zhu Xiaobei awakens as a professional undead summoner. The natal equipment shovel. Shovel when the dark clouds in midair disappear. The quiet playground instantly erupted into a heated discussion. This is rare in a century. The famous scene where the god of learning overturns his car. Many people have even taken out their mobile phones. Started posting to moments. I'm laughing so hard. The undead summoner's natural equipment is not the staff orb. Instead, it's a shovel. On the playground. The voices of the students gloating about the misfortune came and went. But you who have completed your awakening on stage. But he has no time to pay attention to them. Instead, he looked at his personal information in shock. Professional undead summoner. Level 1 life equipment. The morning of the deceased. Skill talent level 3s. Immortal. Skill, unlimited learning. Learn the same undead summoning skills. And unlimited superposition of summoning effects. Skill 2, summon skeleton mage. Summon a spiritual skeleton mage. The level increases as the summoner improves. Each summon consumes 0.1 mental energy. As a top student among top students, your theoretical knowledge is quite profound. It is precisely because of this. That's why you use your personal information. Feel so shocked. Because even if it is a hidden profession, a single initial attribute will not exceed 100 points. But you have a full 300 points. This is equivalent to, you can directly summon 3,000 skeleton mags. In addition, the hidden occupation is, only a handful of people can awaken to level 2s. But someone like you who has awakened to 3's level talent. 300 years can be counted on both hands. To know every 3's level talent owner. As long as you don't die halfway. The 9th level of career that will definitely reach the mortal realm. Of course, talent is only one aspect. On the other hand, it is the natal equipment. The state of the deceased's morning seal. The effect is just to dig a hole. Bury a corpse that you beheaded. After 60 seconds, get a sapling full of equipment fruits. Unexpectedly, a broken shovel you can buy outside for 180 yuan. The effect is quite strong. Take a minute to dig a hole. Bury the body. You will receive additional rewards. Just think about it. It's so beautiful. Jingjing and Wang Wei's current strength. It has also reached the level of 6 revolutions. Breath release. The noisy playground instantly became quiet. Then he looked at you who was beside you in a daze. I sighed in my heart. Still forcing out a smile, he comforted classmate Xiaobei softly. Don't be discouraged. Even if the natural equipment is a little worse. But you are a hidden professional summoner of the undead. I think your summoned beast must be pretty good, right? It's the headless horseman. Or an undead dragon beast. The principal's voice rang in my ears. Yin, you just came back to your senses. He stretched out his hand and pointed towards the open space ahead. The next second a black mist appeared. Creak creak. The sound of bones rubbing began to come out. Come out, skeleton mage. When the dark fog dissipates, one is no more than 2.5 meters tall. A skeleton monster whose whole body is made of bones. Appear in public view. Not the headless horseman. Not even an undead dragon beast. The whole place fell into an eerie silence for an instant. Especially Wang Wei. I really can't stand it at this moment. This is simply better than the natal equipment being a shovel. Even more difficult to accept. Skeleton monsters are inherently low-level species. What's more, it's the skeleton mage. Hair with low growth potential. Even an ordinary summoner. Skeleton mags are rarely awakened. Is it possible that this skeleton mage has some secret? Wang Wei thought about it for a few seconds. Then he took steps. Walk up to the skeleton mage. Stretch out a finger. He gently tapped on his smooth forehead. The skeleton mage who just appeared for less than 10 seconds. He was instantly turned into a scumbag by Wang Wei's finger. The dead can no longer die. You fucking told me this is a hidden profession. Oops, no. You stand on the stage. Listen to the jeers from the students below. There is no wave in my heart. Then he glanced at Wang Wei, whose face was not very good looking. The corner of his mouth curled up into an evil smile. Resurrect my skeleton mage. The voice fell. Large swaths of black fog appeared. Then the sound of crunching bones was heard continuously. The white skeleton monster. One after another, they walked out of the black mist. 10 pieces, 100 pieces. 1,000 pieces, 3,000 pieces. A full 3,000. The skeleton mage appeared in just one breath. There is simply no room for everyone on the rostrum. More people were summoned to the playground. Densely packed. At a glance. That's a wide ocean. Li Jing, the head teacher on the side, suddenly let out a cry of surprise. Face full of shock. Just woke up. Can summon thousands of skeleton monsters at once. Even the weakest skeleton monster is really scary. Although your summoned beast is rubbish. But it can be summoned without limit. Consume all your mental energy at once. You suddenly feel a little dizzy. But fortunately, the foundation is good. As long as you don't continue to consume. Just recover slowly. Yeah, good. Classmate Xiaobei. Although there are some problems with the natal equipment. But the skills and talents are not weak. Cultivate and cultivate well. The future is promising. In front of all the senior high school students in the school, Wang Wei praised and encouraged you. Then you wave your hand. Then 3,000 skeleton mags will be. Into the summoning space. Then he turned around and left the podium. Zhu Xiaobei, you lost this time. You were still thinking about your future plans. But suddenly, I heard a familiar voice ringing in my ears. Turn around and look. Sure enough, I saw Xu Xiaoqing looking at you proudly. The novice trial copy hasn't even started yet. Why do you say I lost? You were right. Just leave. Back to his place. Stand still. Xu Xiaoqing stares at your back. A pair of white hands are clenched into fists. The awakening ceremony lasted until 6 p.m. It's over. And during this period, another person actually woke up. Hidden profession swift swordsman. That person is Chen Zihao, the monitor of Class 8, Grade 3. This person has excellent grades. Loved by teachers. But he is narrow-minded. Looks very casual too. This is Xu Xiaoqing's Chinese dog licking. Classmates, this year's awakening ceremony has concluded successfully. Tomorrow morning, you will go to the Academy Novice Copy to experience. Those with excellent grades will receive high scholarships. And in the National College Entrance Examination 1 month later, there will also be extra points. So come on. Wang Wei said loudly. Overall, this awakening was pretty good. Especially hidden. There are only 3 people in the profession. There are even 16 rare professions. Principal Wang Wei's lips curled up all afternoon. I can't even press it down. The team gradually dispersed. You have been impatient for a long time. Want to find a quiet place. Study your career carefully. But just before you walk out of the playground, the way was blocked by Chen Zihao, who was coming towards him. What did you just say to Xiaoqing? Why does he look so ugly? The way was blocked for no reason. You are also very unhappy. Why is he ignoring you? You don't have a C number in your mind. Are you riding a horse looking for a fight? Chen Zihao couldn't tell. You were saying that he is too ugly both inside and outside your words. But he can admit this kind of thing. Besides, he's actually not ugly either. It's just that he looks more casual. So the next moment, a 3-foot-long sword glowing with blue light appeared. Chen Zihao took advantage of the situation and grasped it in the palm of his hand. The whole person's aura also suddenly changed. You feel the slight tingling sensation coming from your body surface. Also shocked. The power of the hidden professional blast swordsman is so terrifying. Zhu Xiaobei, let me warn you again. Stay away from Xiaoqing. Don't think you can summon unlimited numbers. How strong is that kind of skeleton garbage? No matter how much rubbish there is, it is still rubbish. Don't be ignorant. Otherwise I will destroy you. Chen Xiao holds a blue sword, looking at you with contempt. The classmates passing by saw this. Not only did no one come out to stop it. Instead, they automatically formed a circle one by one. With great interest, he started the melon eating mode. Nima, I gave you face, didn't I? Start mobilizing energy in the body. Almost in an instant. A black shovel about 1 meter long showed the shape. The black shovel still looks so ordinary. Compared with the green sword in Chen Zihao's hand. It's like the sky and the earth. Stop just when you're about to do it again. Second rate. When summoning his skeleton brothers to help fight. I saw a beautiful silhouette coming from the crowd. It is Xu Xiaoqing who has left. Xiaoqing, why are you back? The anger on Chen Zihao's face has completely faded. The ordinary face is now filled with a flattering smile. When Xu Xiaoqing faced Chen Zihao, always so cold, he just glanced at the other party lightly. Then he turned his attention to you aside. Tomorrow's copy trial. I will definitely win you. Wait and see. You shrugged. Xu Xiaoqing nodded slightly. After a few seconds of silence, he turned and left. Just before leaving, the cold voice sounded again. Chen Zihao is really capable. Just in tomorrow's novice copy. Defeat him with dignity and dignity. There is no point in arguing now. Wait until Xu Xiaoqing goes far away. Chen Zihao then put away the 3-foot green front. He grinned and said sarcastically about the novice trial tomorrow. You better pray you don't run into me. Otherwise, sit down early. Let's drink Kaiselu in bed for a month. After saying that, Chen Zihao also left directly. You were really disgusted this time. Although this guy often found trouble in the past, but he's far less arrogant than now. It seems that the hidden profession has been awakened. Make his heart extremely swollen. You'd better pray not to meet me tomorrow. Otherwise I will also let you know why the flowers are so red. Secretly slandering in my heart. Leave school. You didn't choose to go home immediately. Instead, I went to a nearby professional supermarket. All items sold inside are related to professionals. Enter the supermarket. You quickly found a thick stack of summoning skill books. Untie the rope that binds the skill book. You start looking at the name of Maple Leaf. Summon the blue-eyed gray wolf. Summon the Tauren subspecies. Summon Shadow Snake. They are all very powerful spiritual summon beasts. But you don't need these spiritual steps at all. Sealing summon. What you need is the skeleton monster at the end of the crane. 2.5 minutes later. You finally found one. Skill book for summoning the skeleton mage. Then I happily walk to the counter with my book in hand. How can I sell this skill book, boss? Undead or summon skeleton mage. 2,000 yuan. No more. Although you know this is the lowest price. But it still makes you frown. 2,000 yuan is not a small amount of money for you. You took out your phone and took a look at the balance of more than 3,000 yuan. Finally, I gritted my teeth and settled the bill. As long as I can get first place in the trial tomorrow, there will definitely be no shortage of scholarships. The current 2,000 yuan is considered an early investment. Put the skill book in your arms. You are so impatient. He ran back to his rental house. Next is the moment to witness the miracle. You take out the skill book. Feeling quite excited. Took a deep breath. Study softly. Suddenly a black mist appeared in your palm. Black mist wraps the skill book. Then it turned into a ball of light and disappeared. Next second, a series of prompts appeared on the personal information panel. Congratulations on successfully learning the gathering skill. Summon the skeleton mage. Skill effect +1. Summon 2 spirit level skeleton mags. Each summon consumes 0.1 points of spiritual power. It sure works. Look at the information on the light screen panel in front of you. You couldn't help but burst out laughing. Previously consumed 0.1 mental power. Only 1 skeleton mage can be summoned. But now the same consumption can summon 2. A skill book bought for a mere 2,000 yuan. Directly doubled the strength. That is to say, you now can instantly summon 6,000 skeleton mags. Even if they are all cannon fodder skeletons. But I can't stand the temptation to eat too much. Even if you encounter an ordinary first level monster, it should be able to pile up to death. At this moment you have already begun to fantasize what to do with some monsters. Fighting day around 8 o'clock. You have just finished washing and are going to school. Suddenly, there were knocks on the door. At this time you got up and walked to the door. Suddenly I heard the charming female voice coming from outside the door. Has Xiaobei gotten up? You instantly feel your scalp numb. If the guess is correct, the person outside the door should be the landlady Shi Zhenxiang. Her man was on his way to the secret land a few years ago. Accidental death. Still hasn't remarried yet. Actually, 11 people is pretty good. But in the past 3 years, every time you see 11, you're like a cat seeing a mouse. Even if you hide, you can't win. 11, just stop it. I'm just a child. You smile bitterly in your heart. But I still walked over and opened the door. Today's 11 is wearing a black kyongsum. The skin also looks fairer. The figure is even more concave and convex. 11 see the door open. Suddenly a bright smile appeared. She raised the breakfast in her hand. The wolfberry steamed buns I made for you with my own hands. Eat it while it's hot. Smell the food. You couldn't help but lick your lips. So he took the initiative to take it and started eating it. Eat it, kid. After eating, it's time to go to school. Do well in the school trial today. If you can get first place in the school, I'll give you a small gift when you go home. After saying that, 11 turned around and left. You stared blankly at 11's graceful back. Always feel. Today's 11 seems a little different from the past. 9 o'clock at the gate of Qingyang No 1 Middle School. Surrounded by figures. No need to wear school uniform today. And because it's summer, so many girls wear very cool clothes. It made the boys around me cross their legs. But just then, not far away, there were suddenly a few exclamations from the boys. Listening to the increasingly noisy discussions around me. You turn around and look not far away. I found Xu Xiaoqin slowly walking towards you. He is wearing a white embroidered jumpsuit today. Under the skirt is a pair of extremely simple canvas shoes. A head of snow-white black hair hanging behind her back. Just like a two-dimensional girl coming out of a comic. Zhu Xiaobei's trial today. Do you choose to act alone or in a team? Of course, alone. Jungling is the most delicious. You speak directly. Hear the words. Xu Xiaoqin's delicate chin tapped twice. Okay, then I will act alone. I hope your grades won't be set too far behind by me. Otherwise I will be disappointed. After saying that, Xu Xiaoqin turned around and left. You were left alone and messy in the wind. The corners of your mouth twitched. Can't wait long. Special buses are coming from a distance. The students got on the bus one after another under the arrangement of the teacher. Go to the trial area of the novice copy. The difficulty of the dungeon is ranked from 1 star to 10 stars. A copy that allows senior high school students to enter alone. Naturally, it is the lowest level 1-star dungeon. There are only 3 alien dungeons in the entire Qingyang city. They are Qingqing Grassland, Goblin Crypt and Orc Lair. Although they are both alien copies, but Qingqing Grassland is the least dangerous. This is the goal of everyone today. About an hour later, the bus stopped at a military location. Classmates, 3 years of hard work. Just for now. This will be your first actual combat exercise. The main task this time is within 8 hours. Raise your own level to level 3. Students who completed the task. There will be 5 extra points for the college entrance examination 1 month later. Wang Wei stands on the stage, loudly announcing the mission of this copy of Lost Love. Having said this, Wang Wei paused for 2 seconds. Then he said with a serious face that it would be the same as in previous years. In addition to the main task, students who think they are pretty good can participate in hunting missions. Hunting an elite monster will give you an extra 5 points on the college entrance exam. Add 10 points for killing a boss monster. Add 20 points for hunting the dungeon boss. No level limit for monsters. Damn, the hunting mission can actually add so many points. Bosses and dungeon bosses added together. There are 35 points in total. Haha, what are you thinking about? There is still some hope for elites and bosses, but the difficulty of the dungeon boss is extremely high. To know, the last time someone killed the instance boss was the last time. Finally, the school also provides services for every student. They were all issued an alloy dagger, used for self-defense, although there is no attribute point bonus, but it is already the pinnacle of Blue Star technology. Batch creation. In terms of sharpness, even more useful than some equipment. You looked at the alloy dagger with a cold light in your hand. I am also very satisfied in my heart. Do you remember? This kind of alloy dagger has been introduced in textbooks. Its sharpness can even be as sharp as your 3rd level equipment. Put the dagger on your waist. You can't wait. Stepping into the teleportation channel of Qingqing Grassland. The size of Qingqing Grassland is 500 square kilometers. Hardly much smaller than Qingyang City. So such a large territory. More than 1,000 students came in. Want to hit. It really depends on a little bit of luck. Qingqing Grassland is a 1-star dungeon for newbies level on experience. Monsters are generally small in size. Density is also very low. It's normal to find a monster after several kilometers. So it's relatively safe. You looked up at the lush green prairie. Chuckle. With a wave of his hand, he summoned 3,000 skeleton mags. Let them scatter. Looking for the lone monster. Give an order. 3,000 skeleton mags. Then he started running in all directions. In the originally quiet prairie. Immediately there were sounds of one after another. The sound of bones rubbing against each other. Then you took out the dagger from your waist to defend yourself. Summoned another 100 to guard the surrounding areas. To prevent sneak attacks from monsters. Level 0 skeleton mage. Level strength 5 agility. G5 spirit 10 skills throwing firecrackers. Throws an exploding firecracker at the target. Causes minor damage. This is the attribute panel of the skeleton mage today. It can be said that it is a fighter among the garbage. Don't blame Qian Zhao yesterday. I don't take you seriously at all. After all, no matter how much rubbish you have, it is still rubbish. And a mage throws firecrackers. Is this true? You have also tested the power of the firecracker skill. Probably like the ones played during the Chinese New Year. It's about the size of a thumb-sized cannon. Want to blow up an ordinary person? I'm afraid I have to throw away dozens or hundreds of them. But then again, you don't have much now. Even if I have 100 more bombs, I won't be able to kill you. Then let's arrange to blow up 1,000 of them, right? About a minute later, the sound of continuous firecracker explosions finally started ringing. It seems that there is already a skeleton brother. Be the first to find the monster here. Congratulations on successfully killing a level 0 and level 1 monster. Earth experience value over time. No need to do it yourself. It feels like you can gain experience points. It's simply not that exciting. You opened your character panel and took a look. The experience value has increased from 0% to 0.1%. That is to say, want to upgrade from level 1 to level 2. Kill this 0 level and 1st level monster. 1,000 are needed. This upgrade speed really has a long way to go. You calculated it. The total number of skeleton mags you can summon. The summoning space can store 3,000 animals. You saved this last night. And now that you are full of energy, can summon 6,000 more. If you throw them all away, the upgrade efficiency is expected to be even faster. After some thinking, you decide to summon 3,000 more skeleton mags. Go out looking for monsters. Keep the rest for emergencies. Because if all the mental energy is consumed in one breath, you may also experience dizziness. ADHD. The gain outweighs the loss. That's all. A full 6,000 skeleton mags who can throw firecrackers started to run rampant on the green grassland. Monsters are discovered every minute. Then he was beaten to death by a group of people. It's so inhumane and at the same time extremely satisfying. And at this moment, when other students are still struggling to upgrade and fight monsters, everyone here has gone crazy. 6,000 skeleton mags released. It simply pushed the outer areas of the dungeon. Whenever a monster is found, just dozens or hundreds of them gathered around. Don't give the other party any chance to escape at all. But soon, you also discovered, one by one of my feelings towards the skeleton boy. That means you can't be too far away from yourself. Once the distance between the two parties exceeds 3 kilometers, you'll lose control of Skeleton Boy. However, the Skeleton Mage who lost control, he will immediately become the monster at the center of the dungeon, will attack indiscriminately when encountering living creatures. He is simply the living king of hell. About 10 minutes later, all monsters within a 3-kilometer radius were slaughtered. Your experience value has also increased to 22.6%. A fast batch. However, although all nearby monsters were killed, but you weren't in a hurry to leave either. He took out his own destiny and shoveled the wounds of the deceased. Start verifying the special effects of this weapon. It didn't take much effort. You found one. The fragmented carcass of a groundhog that had been bombed. If you smile obscenely, then I'll do an experiment on you. As you speak, you wave the shovel in your hand. I quickly dug one up. A pit that could hold a prairie dog carcass comes out. Then he kicked the body into the pit. Start filling soil. When you fill it up into a small protruding grave, suddenly a strange scene happened. I saw it in the center of the tomb. A small green sprout as thick as a thumb popped up. Small green seedlings begin to grow rapidly, until it becomes about 1 meter high. A small tree, and on the branches of this small tree, it is actually decorated with 3 sparkling fruits. You reached out and picked one of the fruits, and the moment the fruit is picked, it will automatically change into its original appearance. Damn it, it's equipment. Plucked fruit. At this moment, it turned into a bracelet, and it's also equipment with attributes. Simply amazing. Rough bracelet. Level spirit level. Strength +1. Agility +1. Spirit +1. A rough-made bracelet. Defective goods. Looking at the bracelet in his hand in disbelief. The equipment explosion rate in a 1-star dungeon is extremely low. You know you let the Skeleton Boy cleared all monsters within a kilometer radius. Not even a piece of equipment dropped. But I never wanted to dig a hole. You can get equipment by burying a corpse. Although the attribute points added by this bracelet are not many, but it's better than nothing. Especially a little mental strength. Converted. It also allows you to summon 20 more skeleton mags. Not too fragrant at all. You can't wait to take the remaining 2 fruits. Picked it off. Only this time it's not equipment, but other props. Inferior graveside incense. When you light this incense, you will continue to receive small amounts of experience points as rewards. Inferior corpse oil. Pure tasting corpse oil. Apply it on your body and you will get random attribute bonuses. Looking at the 2 underworld props in my hands, the corners of your mouth couldn't help but twitch a few times. These 2 props, the underworld is a bit more like the underworld. I can't stand the overbearing effect in the introduction. So you still plan to give it a try. You first light the incense on the grave, with wisps of black smoke rising. You obviously feel it. My experience bar began to change. Add 100 experience points. Add 100 experience points. Every second that passes, you will receive a reward of 100 experience points. And this process is enough. It lasted 60 seconds. That is to say, there is only 1 incense on the grave. This gives you 6,000 experience points. My experience bar has increased to 82.6%. This efficiency is much faster than killing groundhogs. This will inevitably make you question another prop. Generated strong interest in. So you open the bottle cap. Pour the corpse oil into the palm of your hand. Then apply evenly. It's just that the smell is beyond words. Arrived for a while. You finally got used to it a little bit. Just when you're wondering why the corpse oil hasn't taken effect yet, the light curtain in front of me suddenly appeared. Reminder that your body is moisturized by corpse oil. Strength +5. Agility +3. Physical constitution +6. Spirit +4. I lost. The props from the underworld are so cool that they will blow your mind. The fragrance is so fragrant. Originally you thought, my SSS level talent is already very abnormal. But now it seems, the special effects of natal equipment are more powerful. Only 1 loss. It has already shocked you so much. You are getting more and more excited. Start heading to the location of the next prairie dog carcass. Within a few minutes, the second grave mound was erected. It's just that the small tree that grew this time, but only 2 fruits were produced. All of them are equipment from other professions. Some disappoint you. Then the 3rd, 4th, and 5th bodies. Until 10 corpses are buried. You just suddenly discovered. The special effects of the equipment actually failed. Notice, the same type of creature can trigger equipment effects up to 10 times. Look at the prompts on the light screen in front of you. You let out a long sigh. I thought I could dig a hole and bury the body. Make fortune. It seems now. There are still some restrictions, but it's not too restrictive. Not a woodchuck. Then change to the next monster. Just in this copy of Ching Ching Grassland, there are more than 20 types of monsters. Enough for you to bury. 3 pieces of inferior grave incense. 3 bottles of inferior corpse oil. 15 pieces of equipment to meet the first level. The harvest is pretty good. You count the loot in your hands. Then he started to light the incense on the grave. Apply corpse oil on one side. Your body is nourished by corpse oil. Strength +3. Agility +3. Physical constitution +4. Spirit +8. Congratulations on successfully raising your level to level 2. 3 bottles of inferior corpse oil. Let your physical fitness improve a lot again. Brave incense experience value. Also successfully raised your level from level 1. Grew to level 2. Among 15 pieces of equipment. You also wear all the best on your body. Overall strength compared to when first entering the dungeon. Already more than twice as powerful. Level 2 Strength 30. Agility 33 Spirit 337 Innate Equipment Wounds of the Dead. Skills and talents are immortal. Suddenly you hear behind you the distinctive call of the prairie dog cane. You immediately turn off the light curtain in front of you. Start gazing attentively in the direction of the sound. 1 kilometer in radius. But they were all swept away by the skeleton mage. I didn't expect that there would be fish that slipped through the net. But with your current physical fitness, prairie dog, it can no longer pose any threat to you. Go and see what's going on there. You command a skeleton mage under your command to come forward to explore the way. Sure enough, the next second, there's a prairie dog the size of an average dog. After jumping out of the grass, throwing the exploring skeleton mage to the ground, the crazy biting started. Now it will also improve as your level increases. Attributes have a slight increase, but when 1-on-1 is still being raided, almost no resistance. He was bitten to pieces by groundhogs. A bit interesting. Watching his little brother being killed. You don't have any anger at all. Instead, he weighed it in his hands excitedly. The shovel rushed forward quickly. Just give the groundhog a hard slap on the head. When the crisp impact sounds, accompanied by a heart-rending scream. This groundhog was so powerful just now. I'll be beaten to death with your shovel. It's very weak and worthy of being a trial copy for new professionals. Even in an alien planet. Definitely at the bottom. Are you interested in doing it yourself? You begin to command the skeleton mags under your command. Keep looking for monsters. He also began to gradually move towards the depths of the copy. About half an hour later, you finally receive the news about killing the second level monster. You are confused. The skeleton mags are also like killing machines. Wandering tirelessly in the green grassland. Kill all living things you meet. The Gale Rabbit is an agility monster. Extremely fast. Although it is only second level. But just in terms of speed. Almost comparable to level 7 or 8 monsters. Skeleton Mage can kill level 2 Cyclone Rabbit. Luck also accounts for at least half of the ingredients. Or maybe, Blast Rabbit. I didn't feel threatened by the Skeleton Mage. So take the initiative. Finally, they were killed by a large number of Skeleton Mags. Of course, you don't have the time or interest to understand the process. All you know is that there are holes to dig and bury bodies. After you bury 10 Wind Rabbit corpses, decisively left their territory of activity. Continue deep into the green grassland. And the things you get from burying the Wind Rabbit are also pretty good. There are a total of 8 low-quality tomb incense sticks alone. What a stroke of luck. But I only got 1 bottle of low-quality corpse oil. The other is the secondary equipment. You exchange level 1 equipment for level 2 equipment. Attributes also have a slight increase. The experience value has increased to 99.65%. It will be level 3 soon. You look at your character panel. Not to mention how excited I am. At the current upgrade speed, I'm afraid. Afraid of waiting until the trial time is over. You can all upgrade to level 5 or above. At this point you are surprised that the upgrade speed is so fast. When feeling elated, a strange message came from the system panel. 17 skeleton mags were killed. 21 skeleton mags were killed. The sudden change caused your complexion to change suddenly. Previously dealt with groundhog or wind rabbit. Although there are also casualties. But only 1 or 2 skeleton mags are killed occasionally. Not like now. They were just killed in piles. You quickly found the direction of the accident. I quickly ran over to see what the problem was. Interesting level 3 monster. You shouldn't have such a powerful harvesting ability. Your eyes are looking in a certain direction. Whispering in the mouth. Immediately, you will lead more skeleton mags to the battlefield. About a minute later, you finally see clearly. The culprit who killed many of his skeleton brothers. 1 horned wild boar. Level 0 elite level 3. Holy shit, it's a level 3 elite monster. No wonder he is so fierce. You hide in a hidden bush, observing the battle not far away. This 1-horned wild boar is huge. At least 2.5 meters in length. Even the rhinoceros before the Blue Star Cataclysm. Nothing more than that. The 1-horned boar's skill is brutal charge. Defense and strength attributes are particularly powerful. But the weakness is poor eyesight. Can induce it to hit hard rocks. Or hide your body. You start to recall the knowledge in books. The 1-horned wild boar itself has very prominent advantages and disadvantages. Targeted hunting can easily kill it. But you looked around. Not found. A large rock capable of killing an elite 1-horned wild boar. I gave up this idea. Hey, it's just a level 3 elite monster. What weakness are you looking for? Just develop it for me. You summon 1000 skeleton mags again. Start committing suicide. As for the attack, you can summon 20 of them with just 1 mental effort. Even if I die, I won't feel bad. The skeleton mage firecrackers are indeed not very powerful. It's almost impossible to break through the skin of a 1-horned wild boar. Hundreds or thousands of firecrackers can explode at the same time. Its power remains. The fried 1-horned wild boar screamed in agony. After sacrificing about 500 skeleton mags, the one-horned wild boar was finally overwhelmed. Fell in the ruins. Congratulations on successfully killing a level 0 and level 3 monster. One-horned wild boar. Add 1000 experience points. Level increased to level 3. A golden light blooms from you. You upgraded again. From entering the copy to now, it's only 2 hours. You have already reached level 3. This speed. Even the many talented students over the years, no one has ever done it. The monster drops in the Qingqing Grassland copy are extremely low. Even elite monsters. Only 1 piece of armor dropped. Boar hide armor. Elite level 3. Strength plus 15. Physical constitution plus 18. Although this leather armor does not add mental power, but the strength and physical attributes are still quite a lot. After all, he is an elite monster. Dropped properties. It is several times higher than ordinary level 3 equipment. So you just put it on your body. Then I chose the hidden equipment form. Professional equipment. Except weapons. Others can hide their appearance. Got the one-horned boar. Next. Now comes the much-loved stage of digging holes and building tombs. Only, this one-horned wild boar is so huge. You put in a lot of effort. I finally built one. A huge tomb 3 meters away. Nothing unexpected. Small saplings began to sprout from the center of the tomb. Then grow rapidly and become larger, until it becomes a big tree as thick as an adult's arm. Just stop. This grave tree is much bigger than the previous one. It makes you confused. Yes. Such a big tree actually bears 2 fruits. Mad's luck won't be so bad, right? You pick the fruit very skillfully. Gather skills to summon skeleton boar. Gathering skill will-o-wisp. When you clearly see the 2 skill books in your hand, I couldn't help but take a breath of cold air. Never expected. The fruit on the tree on the grave can also be used to open skill books. Absolutely unbelievable. There is nothing to hesitate in learning. Both skill books are suitable for you. Skeleton boars gather to summon a spirit-level skeleton boar. Each summon consumes 10 points of spiritual power. The gathering of will-o-the-wisp consumes 110 points of mental power. Condensing a ball of will-o-the-wisp can cause burning damage to the target. The more mental energy is consumed, the greater the power. Summon skeleton boar. As your voice falls, a black mist pours out from your palm. Not far away in an instant. Then one appeared. A huge skeletal wild boar about 2.5 meters in size. Skeleton boar spirit elite. Level 3 strength 50 constitution 75 spirit 30. Skill savage crash gathering. Increase your movement speed for a short period of time. Make a bull rush attack. However, you cannot turn midway during the activation of the skill. It is worthy of being a level 3 elite monster. A horse with powerful thinking attributes. Although, this thing requires some mental power to summon one. But the value is much higher than that of the skeleton mage. Finally, there is the test of will-o-the-wisp technique. You specifically found an ordinary one-horned wild boar. Try your hand. As a result, the strongest will-o-the-wisp technique with some spiritual power was used. I just burned the one-horned wild boar half to death. But you know your position very well. That's something I can solve for my little brother. I will never take action myself. So, the current will-o-the-wisp technique is sufficient for self-protection. Next, you will once again embark on a crazy journey of spawning monsters and upgrading. And after a new younger brother skeleton boar joined, its efficiency in spawning monsters has also been greatly increased, especially the skeleton boar is not that slow. Even if you encounter the difficult wind rabbit, they all died tragically under pig trotters one by one. No one alive. Unconsciously. You have been in the instance for a full 5 hours. These 5 hours of crazy monster spawning. It also brings your level to an astonishing level 5. 99.95% experience value. Just then. Directly ahead of you, about a kilometer away. But suddenly a burst of brilliant cyan light burst out. Then a sword shadow flashed away. Immediately afterwards came the harsh sound of swords. What a strong sword. You look ahead in shock. Just the power of that sword just now. I'm afraid I can already feel the strength of a professional. But this is the Qingqing Grassland copy. In here, there are only high school seniors who have just completed their job transfer. A bit interesting. Go over there and see who is so awesome. Thinking of this, you immediately start to. The location where the sword light just erupted. I rushed there, but you weren't too arrogant. Or try to hide your identity as much as possible. A few minutes later, you arrive at your destination. Lying down in a bunch of grass half as tall as a man. Looking out through the gap. Just one glance and you'll be stunned instantly. It's Chen Zihao. You never expected it. A huge copy. You can really bump into Chen Zihao. There's really nothing to say about this luck. Yes, the cyan sword light just now was probably caused by him. TSK, it's quite powerful. Use your judgment. Chen Zihao's level is definitely only level 3 or 4. But a sword that can cut to that level. The body's thinking attribute is certainly not weak. That is to say, he definitely wears a lot of awesome equipment. It's amazing that Marda is rich. We discovered Chen Zihao, this elite monster first. Why do you steal it? Why should I be better than you? At this time, Chen Zihao was in high spirits. He is holding a blue sword. looking down at a dozen classmates who were knocked to the ground by him. A proud look. Bah, you can only bully me. If you have the ability, go find Shu Shaoqin and Zhu Xiaobei for a duel. When I fucked Chen Zihao, his face suddenly turned cold, randomly swinging a sword energy. The person who spoke was instantly knocked away more than 10 meters. I fainted immediately. You know, I won't take action against Xiaoqing, but if I meet Zhu Xiaobei, I will definitely destroy him. Chen Zihao finished this sentence coldly and arrogantly. Then he stopped paying attention to the people who were lying on the ground. But turn around. Kill a turtle monster not far away. It turned out to be a level 4 elite monster stone turtle. Previously, you also led your skeleton brothers to kill many stone turtles, but no elites were found among them. Feelings are hiding here, but you have no intention of fighting for it at this time. Just a level 4 elite monster. There is no need to have a conflict with Chen Zihao now. The stone turtle's defense is extremely high. This is especially true for elite stone turtles. The opponent you are most afraid of meeting now. This is the type that prevents hyperemia and thickening of the blood. Because to deal with this kind of monster, the effectiveness of human C tactics will be greatly reduced. But Chen Zihao's attack was very sharp. The sword energy displayed every time. They can all be found on the hard tortoise shell of stone turtles. Draw a deep gap. He is truly a Gale swordsman who is famous for his swift attacks. A fierce one. This is my last move, Green Snake Sword Chi. Chen Zihao's whole body momentum suddenly increased. He raised his sword high, then swung down violently. In an instant, a sharp sword energy shaped like a green snake appeared. Directly penetrated the shell of the elite stone turtle. Flesh and blood. The elite stone turtle let out a shrill howl. His breath of life began to decline rapidly. No more than 3 seconds at most. This elite stone turtle is only half the size of a car. It has to be a corpse. But what a coincidence. By chance, at this critical moment. First, a white-winged rabbit suddenly jumped out. Then a small firecracker followed closely behind. Voice control is accurate. It fell into the shell of the elite stone turtle without any mistake. A firecracker exploded inside the body of the elite stone turtle. Let this one, a powerful monster that was already on its deathbed, die directly. Chen Zihao was immediately stunned. Everyone was also confused. Accident, this is definitely an accident. You are also completely confused. The skeleton mage you summoned. There are still nearly 3,000 of them. You never expected. One of them actually chased the Gale rabbit. He ran to Chen Zihao's side. And by accident, I lost a firecracker. Blow up the elite stone turtle to death. Congratulations on successfully killing the level 0 and level 4 monster stone turtle. Elite experience points plus 2,500. Congratulations on successfully raising your level to level 6. The moment when the upgraded golden light blooms from your body. Everyone present. They all looked at where you were hiding. You see all the eyes around you shooting towards you. I cursed secretly in my heart. Helplessly, he got up from the ground and walked out of the grass. You look at Chen Zihao's cannibalistic eyes. Helpless hands. If I say it was an accident, do you believe it or not? I believe it, sir. You fucking did it on purpose. Chen Zihao is already very unhappy with you. Not to mention being robbed. It's no wonder that he has the urge to kill you now. Looking at Chen Zihao rushing towards him. You don't dare to be careless at all. The skeleton boy is following behind. It's definitely too late. So you can only resummon. Chen Zihao is fast. But you can summon the skeleton brother faster. Almost in the blink of an eye. In the open space between the two of them, there were densely packed skeleton mags standing there. No matter how much rubbish I say, garbage faces hundreds of skeleton mags blocking its way. Chen Zihao did not retreat but advanced instead, waving the blue sword in his hand. Like chopping melons and vegetables. Killed a 7-in-7 outgroup among skeletons. Seeing the other person so fierce, you don't dare to stay where you are. Instead, he uses his absolute control over the skeleton brother. Start wandering. During this period, avoid being directly attacked by the opponent. Although the skeleton mage is weak, but it's a level 6 monster anyway. Have an advantage in level. Although a large piece was still chopped down by a sword. But the power of the firecrackers thrown out. Already about twice as powerful as the beginning. Chen Zihao's swift-wind swordsman profession. The main focus is speed and attack. So the defense will be much weaker. Under the bombardment of hundreds of firecrackers. He also looked a little embarrassed. Damn it, didn't you say that the undead summoner is weak? Why does it feel so much stronger than the Gale swordsman? If you can't kill them all, you can't kill them all. The god of learning is so awesome. At a professional disadvantage. Can suppress and beat a powerful Gale swordsman. He's so handsome. The other students around him commented. Poured into Chen Zihao's ears. This made him, who had always been proud. I felt extremely insulted. Mind Sword Chi. Give me this one trick to kill you. Chen Zihao. The most powerful attack method currently available. The lethality is extremely terrifying. Even the elite stone turtle, who is known for his defense, can't resist it. He is going to put you to death. Wow. The green snake sword energy is really terrifying. Wherever this sword energy passes, the skeleton mage begins to grow like wheat. Fallen in pieces. Actually, it didn't even slow down even half a minute. You are also staring at this sword energy. even if we are still tens of meters apart. But that sense of crisis looming over my back still makes you dare not relax even a little bit. Summon Skeleton Boar. As a level 3 elite monster, the overall strength of the Skeleton Boar is greater than that of the Skeleton Mage. Too much stronger. But at this time the Skeleton Boar. But it was not used to attack Chen Zhao. Instead, use it as a human shield. Skeleton Mage is too brittle. There is nothing we can do to face the raging force of the green snake sword chi. But the Skeleton Boar is different. His defense is not much weaker than that of Stone Turtle. As long as the quantity is sufficient, it can completely offset that fierce sword energy. One end and two ends. 3 when the fourth skeletal boar was chopped into 2 pieces. The green snake sword chi finally used up all its energy. Crisis resolved. No, this is impossible. How could you possibly block my green snake sword energy? Chen Zhao's eyes widened, face full of disbelief. But that's the fact. He gritted his teeth. He yelled ferociously, "I'll kill you. You're the only one who gets angry." The opponent's move just now didn't stay at all. If you weren't strong enough, I'm afraid we are already going up the mountain by now. Give me the last order. A dozen skeleton wild boars, and thousands of skeleton mags began to fight back. No matter how strong Chen Zhao's career is, but he himself is just a newcomer who has just awakened. Already exhausted in less than 10 minutes. He didn't know how many skeletons he had killed. That thing seems to be endless. No matter how hard I kill, I can't finish them all. Dense firecrackers are coming. Chen Zhao screamed repeatedly after being bombed. Fortunately, he has good equipment. Just barely saved my life. And Yu-Hu calmed down. He also quickly stopped the younger brothers from continuing to attack. Because if Chen Zhao is really killed, in the trial copy, then you're done. You step forward, looking at Chen Zhao who has fallen into a coma. Then look at the students around you. Do any of you want to leave the dungeon? Why don't you lend a hand? Take him out together. They heard you, the god of learning, speak in person. So I quickly agreed. Wait until everyone has left. Only then did you sigh. She then looked at the little turtle beside him with a sinister look. Hey, there's no one left. Then you have to start digging holes and building graves. Elite Stone Turtle dropped a long knife. You didn't like the weapon. He threw it directly to the skeleton mage aside. Let him hold it. You built a huge tomb for the Elite Stone Turtles. After a few seconds, a tree grew from the grave. There are 4 fruits on the trunk of this tree. After picking, it was actually 3 sticks of inferior grave incense, and a bottle of inferior corpse oil. This makes you wonder if you are an African chieftain. 2.5 hours left. The trial mission is over. It's time to look for traces of the dungeon boss. There are a total of 10 dungeon bosses in Qingqing Grassland. The lowest level is 2 level 5 bosses. They are Silverback Wolf King and Split Slime. The combat effectiveness of these 2 level 5 bosses is actually about the same. But generally, more people will choose Silverback Wolf King, not a Split Slime. Because Slime is too naughty. If you can't beat him, you'll be separated. The strength of each clone is not weak. Difficult Ibby. But here you are. But you are more willing to deal with Split Slimes. After all, we are all the same kind of people. They all like to fight more with less. I have no interest in the Silverback Wolf King at all. According to the introduction in the book, Split Slime. It usually appears in the swamp areas of Qingqing Grassland. Determine the direction. You start heading towards the swamp at full speed. We also encountered many high-level monsters along the way. Even level 7 and 8 people encountered a few monsters. Level 6 is a hurdle. A level 6 monster has almost 3 times the attributes of a level 5 monster. So those level 7 and 8 monsters I met. You lost more than 1,000 skeleton mags. Only half an hour later, you finally arrived at the entrance to the swamp. Just to make you never think about it. We arrived at the entrance to the swamp. You're actually with a huge green meatball. Bumped together. Just the boss Split Slime you were looking for. Split Slime level 0 boss level 5 blue. Blue, look up at this giant thing. Face full of disbelief. Such a ferocious boss monster is spitting bubbles. After looking at you for a few seconds, the Split Slime in front of you decisively launched an attack. It's just that its attack method is really hard to accept. Looking at a big pile of mucus made of unknown things. Hit yourself. Your face is turning green. Quickly take action and fight back. After throwing away the skill of Will-O-Wisp, you turn around and run away without even looking. As expected. Just the next second, the Will-O-Wisp you threw lasted less than 2 seconds. I was swallowed whole by the disgusting mucus. However, although he escaped from the attack range of the slime, but the dozen skeleton mags who have been protecting you closely, but not so lucky. I was hit hard by the mucus falling from the sky. But this is only the beginning. The scariest thing about this big ball of disgusting mucus is the accompanying corrosion. On more than a dozen skeleton mags, a thick white mist immediately rose up. Turn around. It was melted until not even a bit of bones and dregs were left. Damn it, if this level of corrosion was spit on you. Not dead but disabled. You have lingering fears. Look at the bubbling mucus. I don't even dare to get closer. Dog-like thing. Don't blame me for not practicing martial ethics. You stepped back dozens of meters again. Then he shouted to summon the skeleton mage. Suddenly, skeleton mags appeared in the swamp one after another. Huge quantity. Almost drowning the Split Slime. But soon you will be shocked to find that Those skeleton mags that fall on split slimes. It actually started melting. Only then did you realize. His skin can actually secrete corrosive mucus. I really deserve to be the boss. For you at this stage. There is no weakness in the opponent's whole body. Want to win the battle. Can only rely on hard power. Come on, little ones. Since there is no weakness, then you have to face this slime directly. You have thousands of skeleton brothers. I don't believe it's impossible to kill a level 5 boss. But you'll soon find out. Although there are many skeleton brothers. But every time it can attack the split slime. At most there are only 100 or so. Firecrackers thrown by level 6 skeleton mage. The power is very limited. Therefore, it is completely impossible to cause effective damage to it. Instead, there were continuous explosions. Let the opponent turn on the violent mode. Begins to crazily harvest the lives of skeleton mage. Skeleton mage is still too weak. It's okay to deal with ordinary monsters. But against the boss, can't even break through the opponent's defense. No need to fight at all. After you stood watching the battle from a distance for a while, you start to command the skeleton mage to evacuate. Since it's not possible to break through the defense yet, then there is no need to make unnecessary sacrifices. Summon skeleton boar. Level 6 elite boar. Body shape compared to the beginning. Increased by another 10 centimeters. Looks more powerful. But, compare that to the split slime's 3-story tall body. Even the skeleton boar looks much smaller. Activate skills. Brutal collision. With your order. Dozens of wild boars summoned. Make a high-pitched humming sound. There is also cold black air spurting out from the tip of the nose. The next second, these skeleton boars all started charging. The surrounding skeleton mags also gave way to the road early. Some who didn't have time to leave. It was also smashed into pieces by the skeleton wild boar. Although the elite monster and the boss are 2 levels apart. But the skeleton boar is a monster with explosive power. So a frontal attack. Completely able to break through the opponent's defense. When the first skeleton boar hits the slime. Huge impact. It directly knocked the slime back several meters. The severe pain made him roar sharply. His little eyes were full of fear and anger. He is angry. There are such weak creatures. Dare to attack yourself. But what frightens him is, why are there so many of these weak creatures? And all of them are brave and not afraid of death. Split slimes don't move very fast. At least, it's not as good as the charging skeleton boar. So, when the skeleton wild boars bumped into each other one after another, split slime is obviously seriously injured. And became depressed. A few more minutes. I can probably kill him. You look at the battlefield in the distance from afar. Not to mention how excited I am. You can hunt the boss in the first trial mission. Very few people. Every year, millions of senior high school students nationwide. Someone who can kill the boss alone. Usually no more than 10 people. And these people. But they are all talented students that big and famous schools are competing for. But just when you thought victory was in sight, the slime in the distant battlefield suddenly shouted. Countless black cracks began to appear on his body. The moment these black cracks appear, you become Brother Dong, as expected. The next second, a huge slime that was 3 stories high appeared. In a very short period of time. Split into small slimes that are around 1,000 years old. These split slimes, only 30 or 40 centimeters big, doesn't look threatening at all. But you do know. Slime using the method of splitting. That's when he's most powerful. A small slime in his early 1000s. An indiscriminate attack began. Just in the blink of an eye. Battlefield center. The skeleton boars were swept away. This level of intensive attack. The skeleton boar is impossible to avoid. And still can't withstand the exaggerated corrosion. But it looked like he was killed instantly. Clean skeleton boar. Little brother, the corners of your mouth are slightly raised. Not only do you not feel bad. Instead, I breathed a sigh of relief. Because based on the information you learned, split slime once splitting method is used. Then its attack and defense will be next level. Let's not talk about attacks. I can't stand it anyway. But the opponent's defense is lowered. You can use the skeleton mage human C tactics yourself. Drown the opponent. Summon the skeleton mage. This time you really don't have a drop. You used all your remaining mental energy. Suddenly I felt dizzy. In addition to leaving hundreds of skeleton mags. Be on guard around. The rest all issued replacement tactics. Don't give each other a chance to get back together. Sure enough, this time the firecrackers thrown by the skeleton mage. Finally able to cause some damage to small slimes. As for the human C tactic, as long as the defense can be broken, not to mention a slime, even a giant dragon, then you have to kneel down. About 10 minutes passed, when the last mini slime, after being blown into a puddle of burnt black slime. Finally, the kill message pops up in front of you. Successfully killed the level 0 and level 5 monster split slime boss. Add 35,000 experience points. Congratulations on successfully raising your level to level 7. A golden light blooms on you instantly. You upgraded again. A level 5 boss. It actually provided 35,000 experience points. It's just not that fun. Killed the split slime. You soon found out. A situation that leaves you speechless. Rubber slime that big. That's right. The killed split slime did not leave a body behind. Or rather, that thing turned into a puddle of pus immediately after it died. Then it flowed into the mud and disappeared. Your face turns dark. That's the boss. What if we dig a hole and bury it? God knows what level of underworld props you will get. But although the body of the split slime is gone, but fortunately the other party died, the main body dropped an item of equipment, the slime sword. Boss spirit level 5. Strength plus 45. Physical constitution plus 35. Agility plus 25. The properties of this sword. It's almost the ceiling among spiritual weapons. Total attribute bonus of 105 points. I think you're drooling a little bit, but it's a pity. This weapon does not add mental power. You are a great mage. You can't rush to the front with your sword and chop at random. It should be worth a lot of money if you sell it. You whisper secretly. Then I thought that I have more than 20 other pieces of equipment. Sold them all this time. Ice and tea, it a sudden fortune? Next you start sitting cross-legged. 5 stars in the sky. Slowly restore mental strength. You just killed the boss today. The time for the split slime trial mission has expired. Conveyor activated. Transmission starts. You open your eyes from meditation. I glanced at the beam of teleportation light falling from the sky. Clear in mind. It's time to go out. So you start to use the equipment you acquired this time. Got them all. Then use the surrounding weeds to tie it up. Finally packed into a huge green package. As transmission begins, I just feel the scene in front of my eyes changing. You will find. I have appeared in the square outside the copy. Compared to the lively scene at the beginning. At this time, the square was much quieter. Only the sound of a few people talking. You raise your eyes and look at the classmates around you. And students from other schools further afield. You will soon find that this group of people is not too embarrassed. Many people's clothes are in tatters. Full of blood. Obviously they were all seriously injured. I even saw a few people just teleported out. Just fainted to death. Obviously reached the limit. Although it is only the lowest level 1-star trial copy. But the monster in it. Still looking at this group of little karami. An impressive lesson. Our team just encountered a group of grey wolves. If it hadn't happened that the trial time was over. I'm afraid I have to tell you where it is. My day. The level 5 grey wolf is the most terrifying monster in Qingqing grassland. Every time they appear, they come in groups. You're lucky you didn't get killed. What are you talking about? Just 3 hours ago. I saw Shu shouting alone with my own eyes. Killing a group of grey wolves to the point of collapse. Listen to the whispers in your ears. You are also shocked. Level 5 grey wolf. It can be said that the entire green grassland. One of the most difficult monsters to deal with. These grey wolves may not be very strong individually. But I can't stand it. People like to bully the younger ones. Led by a wolf. At least 20 grey wolves. I just can't deal with the average team. So the pack of grey wolves that can be killed by one person collapses. Shu Xiaoqing's strength is enough to harm people. Of course, you have no chance of encountering a pack of grey wolves. If you encounter, you will definitely teach those little wolf cubs a lesson. What is the real situation of bullying the minority? Xiaobei, you can give me a good meal here. Sudden, a somewhat honest voice sounded from behind. You turn around and look. Eyes suddenly lit up. The corners of his mouth curled up involuntarily. He's your best friend. Fat man Zhong Dahai. It's you. Although you are no longer the same person now. But maybe it was influenced by the memory and emotion of my ex. You are also very kind to Zhong Dahai. This guy was originally because of the cultural class. Grades are too bad. Only admitted to Qingyang No 2 middle school. Yesterday, it suddenly broke out during the awakening ceremony. Awakened rare professional shield knight. Zhong Dahai trotted over. First I looked you up and down. Then he chuckled and said, Xiaobei, guess what level I am now? Hearing this, you were shocked. There's something about this fat guy. I dare myself to guess what level he is. But when I look at the scars on this guy's body, I knew this trial trip would not be easy. Level 5 or 6. Hear the level you guessed. The fat man was silent. The corners of his mouth twitched slightly. Okay, I won't bring you such a bad guy. If I can get to level 5 or even level 6. Now the principal of our school has to give me a ranking. God said a ranking. These are all tiger and wolf words. I'm level 4. Awesome. Fatty Zhong puts his hands on his hips. Look up at the sky with your round chin at a 45-degree angle. I look like I'm waiting for you to praise me. In fact, from the perspective of ordinary people, able to raise the level to level 4 in the trial. It's already very powerful. Because the main task this time, just upgrade the level to level 3. Okay, fat man. Add 5 points to the college entrance examination. It's stable, don't be jealous. Fatty, don't worry. I will continue to cover you from now on. There is a feeling of dissatisfaction in your heart. Just when you want to say something. Suddenly I saw a familiar figure. Is slowly walking towards you. I saw that figure. But you can't help but frown. The good mood I had just now disappeared in an instant for more than half a week. Xiaobei, you will lose this time. The visitor is none other than Shu Xiaoqin from Qingyangzhong. It is also the strongest profession that has awakened this year. Owner of Seraphim. Only. Now Shu Xiaoqin looks a little embarrassed. Her black hair looks a little messy. The clothes on my body were damaged in many places. On his arms as pure as jade. There are also many torn wounds. Beauty me. My brother has been weak since childhood. Don't think you can bully my brother because you are good looking. Want to cause trouble for my brother? Beat me first. You raise your hands to cover your face. Just want to explain a few sentences. Unexpectedly, Xu Xiaoqing took action like lightning. Grab the fat man's shoulders. Then throw it behind. Look at the fat man flying out. Your eyes are twitching wildly. With your eyesight. Naturally, it can be seen that Xu Xiaoqing kept her hands. Otherwise, the fat man would have to lie in bed for several days even if he said nothing. But even so, you are still angry. You made a vain move. A black shovel instantly appeared in his hand. Without saying a word, he hit Xu Xiaoqing with a shovel. But Xu Xiaoqing is not that easy to deal with. The golden sword appeared at some point. The collision of two weapons, one black and one gold. Suddenly the surroundings flashed with strange colors. You don't feel like your natural weapon will be weaker than his holy light angel sword. But the moment the two sides collided, you feel an irresistible force coming from your hands. Huge and terrifying power. You are shocked, even if it's just a brief collision. But the right hand holding the shovel is still trembling slightly. But compared to your shock, Xu Xiaoqing's heart. That's when the stormy sea truly arose. That casual blow just now. He only used 60% of his strength. I originally thought I could knock you away. But I never expected that I would be picked up by you. How did you do it? Xu Xiaoqing gritted his teeth, face full of disbelief. You guess you are rubbing your numb wrists, said calmly. Xu Xiaoqing took a deep breath. His eyes suddenly turned golden. Then, your level information appeared in front of him. Name Zhu Xiaobei, professional undead summoner level 7. When Xu Xiaoqing saw the information in front of him, he was completely confused. What is the concept of level 7? Even him. I'm only at level 6 now. And the highest level record in previous trials. That is level 6. But you actually broke this record. Upgraded to the terrifying level 7 insight skill. You squint your eyes slightly, secretly thinking. As expected, he is indeed the core child of a big family. He has skills like insight right after awakening. Simply enviable. Insight can check the occupation and level of the professional. You can also check the monster's race. If the strength gap between the two sides is too large, even more detailed information can be seen. While you are thinking, Xu Xiaoqing left. He knew he lost again this time. Lost to the same person. You stare at Xu Xiaoqing's back. Feel a little fierce. The two of them briefly touched each other. That's it. But you didn't pay much attention. It is through the improvement of many bottles of oil. Your physical fitness, already comparable to ordinary warrior professionals. Although it is still far inferior to Xu Xiaoqing. But you are just a weak summoner. Soon the head teachers of each class will. It brings students together. Then take the bus. Back at the gate of Qingyang No 1 Middle School. The results in today's copy will be announced tomorrow. This will also be the time when the scholarship funds will be distributed. Do you think it is not difficult for you to enter the top 2? As for why it's not 100% first, it's because you failed to hunt down the boss monster. If Xu Xiaoqing hunted the elite leader at the same time, and boss, then you really may not be able to compare. Got off the bus. You from the luggage compartment. He took out his big grass dumplings. Then he left the school in the eyes of a group of people. 8 p.m. You are walking on the street with a big ball of grass in your arms. Current destination. It is a prop trading market in Qingyang City. No ordinary daily necessities are sold here. Only sells various props. Your copy trip today. But I got more than 20 pieces. Although they are all rubbish. But that can also be sold for money. Especially the slime sword. For use by newcomers who have just awakened. It can definitely greatly improve the strength. It shouldn't be difficult to sell it at a good price. When the time comes to 9 p.m. You finally came to the nearest trading market. There are many shops here. Various ornate decorations. It makes your eyes look a little blurry. You are here for the first time. So I am very curious about everything. Just when you are stunned. I have discovered that the person greeting guests at the gate is not a human being, but a cat-eared girl. Your eyes widened. Look at its fluffy tail. Suddenly I have the urge to go up and masturbate. Hey bro. Buy equipment. A middle-aged man wearing a suit came over with a smile. When you heard the sound, you took your eyes away from the cat-eared girl. Looking at the middle-aged man in a suit in front of me. This must be an estate sale outside. I don't buy equipment. I still have more than 20 pieces of equipment in hand. You took the flyer. Took a brief look. He shook his head and refused. Hey, brother. Don't go. You also know the market now. Equipment prices are dropping every day. Take action quickly. You can pay less. I can help you sell equipment. When my brother heard that someone wanted to help him sell equipment, there is a burst of contempt in your heart. You're not stupid. Why let an intermediary make the difference? So I turned my eyes. Brother Tantanshu. Actually, I lied to you. You can guess it even at my age. Actually, I don't have any equipment. The middle-aged man in a suit was obviously stunned for a moment. But it's really just a moment. He immediately clapped his hands and shouted. That's great. Brother, the market is so bad now. Equipment prices have dropped to cabbage prices. It's a good time to buy the dip. The corners of your mouth twitched slightly. Brother, not only do I have no equipment, no money to buy equipment yet, I only have $5 left in my card. Oops, the middle-aged man in a suit heard this, but he slapped his forehead hard. Said in surprise, there happens to be an equipment store opening tomorrow. Shop owner please tour. 200 yuan to queue up all morning. I also have a meal of pig's feet at noon. Damn it, what the hell do I care about a pig's trotter meal? This is a decision for yourself, right? You gain a new understanding of this man's shamelessness. Do sales like this. It's hard not to get rich. Forget it, forget it. For Huazi's sake. I can sell you my equipment. But the price, however. Don't wait for you to finish speaking. The middle-aged man in a suit slapped his thigh suddenly. The smile on his face became even brighter. Don't worry, brother. You can ask around at will. I, Zhong Taidan, have a good reputation in the street. The price is absolutely fair. Next you open the green grass dumplings. More than 20 pieces of various equipment were exposed inside. But the levels are all level 5 or below. At first glance, Zhong Taidan is a little disappointed. But the next second, his 2 eyes. But it fell on the dark green long sword. At this time Zhong Taidan grabbed the long sword. Eyes bloom with a faint light. Insight activated. Then I was overjoyed. It's actually a level 5 boss equipment. Brother, it's okay. We sell all the best products like this. If it were any other time, mere level 5 equipment will definitely not fetch a good price. But these 2 days. But the day when high school seniors awaken to their careers. Those who have a little money at home will definitely be willing to spend a lot of money. Equip your children with a good weapon. Level 5 boss quality longsword. It is definitely comparable to a level 20 ordinary quality longsword. The attribute bonus reached an astonishing 105 points. Although it can only be used for early transition. But it's also an absolute masterpiece. Then Zhong Taidan looked at other equipment. But he frowned. Whiteboard equipment below level 5 is not very valuable. So he was silent. It took a few seconds to make an offer. Brother, low-level whiteboard equipment is not very valuable. Give you an average of 200 pieces. A total of 25 pieces. Slime is also common. I'll give you 10,000. A total of 15,000. How to come? You actually researched the approximate price online before. If it is other time, 15,000 is a fair price. But now the college entrance examination is coming. Major schools have awakened a new group of professionals. You definitely don't have to worry about selling low-level equipment. No, too low. I'll tell you a price. 20,000 if you think it's not possible. Then let's talk about our cooperation next time. You make a show of leaving. Hey, Zhong Taidan quickly stop him. Face full of smiles. Don't bother, brother. Okay, I'll suffer a little loss. 20,000 is 20,000. Make money immediately. There's a thump in your heart. Damn it, this is less. Helpless, you had to take out your phone and open the payment code. What just makes you confused is, the other party doesn't seem to want to send money. Broad daylight. Lang Lang Chenkun. Do you still want to rob civilian men? Just when you are alert. Zhong Taidan smiled. He took out a palm-sized pink bag from his arms. Brother needs a storage bag. No storage bags. Hearing this, you instantly became energetic. You were planning to buy a piece of storage equipment. It's just that storage equipment is ridiculously expensive. You simply can't afford it. Zhong Taidan raised the pink storage bag in his hand. The internal space of this storage bag is 10 cubic meters. Market price starts from 50,000. I see my little brother is destined to me. Sell you for 20,000. Right to make friends. How about 20,000? You are full of doubts. The market price of a 10 cubic meter storage bag is 50,000. All are the lowest prices. Why can you buy one for 20,000? Is there something wrong with the storage bag? It seems that I can see your worries. Zhong Taidan smiled cunningly. Brother, if I guess correctly, you should be Qingyang No 1 middle school. One of the 3 hidden professionals this year. Xiaobei Bar for a week. Hidden profession. It's really enviable. Downloading a copy for the first time today. You can get more than 20 pieces of equipment. There is also a level 5 boss outfit. I'm very optimistic about you. Brother, don't worry. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this storage bag. Let's make friends today. If there are any good things in the future, remember to consider me first. I will definitely give a fair price. How to hear Zhong Taidan's explanation. Only then do you understand what's going on. Who is selling the equipment? You can now buy a storage unit at a low price. No matter how you look at it, it's all earned with blood. Good deal. You took the storage bag and left the trading market. Before leaving, I stared at the cat-eared girl for another 10 minutes. After some checking and trying, you have determined the actual storage space of the storage bag in your hand. The total size is 10.35 cubic meters. For you now. Enough for use. After leaving the trading market, you still choose to walk home. I originally thought the equipment could be sold for a lot of money, but in the end I changed it to a storage bag. So now you are still poor. The cell phone in my pocket suddenly rang. Pick it up and take a look. Connect immediately. Feed mom. What's the matter? Ha ha ha, Zhu Xiaobei. You are really my good boy. There was no voice from his mother on the other end of the phone. There was a laughter like silver bells. Hear the voice on the other end. Your face suddenly darkened. Ju Xiaoyu, are you itchy? Ju Xiaoyu is your biological sister. They are only 3 years apart in age. Heard each other since childhood. Blame each other and trick each other. There was laughter again on the other end of the phone. A moment later, Ju Xiaoyu continued. ISNT the day after tomorrow Saturday? Mom and Dad want you to go home. Go home. You originally planned to visit the dungeon on the weekend. But since your parents ask you to go home, then the trip to the dungeon can only be put on hold for now. Hang up the phone. You're in a pretty good mood. Following the ditty, I walked slowly towards the rental house. Just in the corner you didn't notice. A man wearing a peaked cap. Watching silently from the shadows. A pair of deep eyes full of coldness. At the same time. Room 303, Building 3, Guaca Community. An old man with a grey beard. He was looking at the charming woman in front of him with a smile on his face. Envy. I'll rent it for a month. You think the time is short. Should I pay you double the rent? The charming woman is your landlord Shi Zhengxiangxi. As soon as I heard that the other party was willing to pay double the rent, I didn't say anything else. After signing the contract neatly, he left the room. Wait until she leaves. Old man with grey beard. The flattering smile on his face disappeared instantly. Closed the door expressionlessly. He murmured what the head of the family was thinking. Let me stare at a boy who has just awakened. My old bones haven't moved in a long time. On the other side, you have just returned to the community. Then I saw 11 walking down the stairs. You wanted to hide first, but it's unfortunate. 11 already seen you. Xiaobei, why did you come back so late? 11 seeing you look good. A gentle smile immediately appeared on his face. You can't hide. I can only bite the bullet and step forward. Are you here to find me? But by the way, I rented out the room next to yours. Is an old man. By the way, Xiaobei, how do you feel about this breakup? Can I make it into the top 3? It should be possible. You don't mean to be modest. After all, I've known you well for a long time. 11 gives you a thumbs up. The smile on his face is even brighter. But soon, his smile quickly faded again. Become extremely serious. You have had in-depth communication with 11 for 3 years. This is the first time I've seen 11's expression. After a few seconds of silence, 11 take out a delicate, small wooden box. Xiaobei. You awakened the undead summoner. I'm surprised. 11 reached out and touched the small wooden box in his palm. Eyes full of loneliness. Even the voice became slightly hoarse. Xiaobei. This is what my husband left behind when he was alive. He is also a summoner of the undead. It is said that this object is of great benefit to summoners of the undead. And his death may also be related to this thing. Accepted this item. If exposed, your life may be in danger too. Looking at 11's serious expression, you also stopped smiling. Then you took the box. Open it carefully. Just open the box. You're attracted to what's inside. All attention. I saw a bone finger lying in the delicate box. Mysterious bone finger prop. A bony little finger of unknown origin, but has strange power. Effect 1 specifies an undead summon creature. Raise it to a higher level. The same undead summon creature can be used up to 3 times. Use cooldown time of 1 hour. Each time you use it, you will lose 10% of your current experience points. Effect 2. Insert the bone finger into your heart. Transform into skeleton form. Physical fitness doubled. But 1% of the current experience points will be lost every minute. Only available to undead summoners. Looking at you with your bones and fingers in the light curtain in front of you. Everyone was shocked. The effect of this thing is so explosive. Effect 1 can directly make undead creatures. Improve 3 levels. It's really too exaggerated. Just like the current skeleton mage. It is the lowest level of ordinary level. And upgrade it by 3 levels. They are the elite boss and the final boss. It's self-evident how terrifying the boss is. Levels can be gained by hunting other creatures. But the grade can only rely on one's own talent. Or some other adventure. Just the same type of death. Only one of the spirit summon creatures can be upgraded. As for the effect. 2. Physical fitness is doubled but only experience points are lost. Undoubtedly a huge profit. Especially at critical moments. Double the physical fitness. It may not be possible to achieve a comeback against the wind. Holding a small box. I don't want to give it back at all. Looking at the charming woman in front of me. You nod to express your willingness to accept. But, in the end, you also agreed to 11's request. Just to avenge her husband. The two chatted for a while again. You just left amid a few concerned voices from 11. Just returned to my room. You can't wait. I want to try the ability of the bone fingers. Just thinking about it. You summoned a skeletal boar. The skeleton boar itself is elite level. If bone fingers, it can really improve the level of the undead summon beast. Then first upgrade the elite skeleton boar. It's absolutely right. Your current experience value is level 7. 11% is just enough for 1 consumption. You didn't hesitate. Pick up the bone fingers. Directly to the fingertips. Clicked on the huge head of the skeleton boar. The next moment, the fingertips of the white bone fingers bloomed with a deep black light. Black light wraps the skeletal boar. This process lasted about a minute. Wait until the black light disappears. His original body size was already 2.5 meters away. Skeleton boar. It actually expanded to 4 meters away. He is also close to 2 meters tall. Almost the entire living room was filled up. This momentum is more than twice as powerful as before. Skeleton Boar Zero Street Project. Level 7. Strength 210, Agility 186, Constitution 200, Skills Savage Crash. Gathered together and looked at the light blue light curtain in front of them. You trembled all over. Too strong. Boss level Skeleton Boar. 1.5 times more powerful than the elite level. This Skull Boar. The next upgrade is to the boss level. Above boss level. It's the Beast General level. You suddenly find that there are also 3 promotion opportunities. But the Skeleton Boar is an elite level. Therefore, the online version must be 1 level higher than that of Skeleton Mage. The boss level is for you now. That is already a very powerful summon beast. But if you can have a more advanced Beast General level, wouldn't it be better? And before entering college, cultivate a Beast General level summon beast. This is extremely rare in the world. Only the genius among geniuses. There is only a slight chance that it can be done. It's a pity that there is no experience value. Otherwise tonight, you must upgrade the Skeleton Boar to the Beast Commander level. Just when you mutter regretfully, suddenly you heard a knock on the door. You were slightly startled. He quickly summoned the Skeleton Boar back. Run forward to open the door. When the door is opened, what caught my eye was a man with a stooped waist. Old man with grey beard. It's a grey beard. The old man didn't answer immediately. Instead, he looks you up and down. My name is Shusan. It's the new tenant who just moved in today. Live next door to you. What can I do for you? If you have nothing to do, just come over and visit. We can be considered neighbors from now on. Shusan chuckled. A pair of old and refined eyes. He looked into the room from time to time. After looking at it for a while, he turned around and walked to his room. You stared at the other person's back. Then he closed the room door directly. Did he discover something? You patted your forehead. When using bone fingers in the future. But be careful. Then you will point your white bone fingers. Put it in its own pink storage bag. After washing up, he just lay on the bed and fell asleep. You get up early the next day. Just had some breakfast. Then go downstairs to school. When the time comes to 9 o'clock in the morning, the conference officially begins. Principal Wang Wei walked up to the rostrum in high spirits. Started his 3 minutes. Just say a few words. Speech flow. A few words about them. I love you more than men say. And women say I don't care if you have money. Even more unreliable. 3 hours later, Wang Wei seems to still have some unfinished ideas. But it's already noon. He also had to end his speech. Students will be here first today. Now I announce the task of this trial. The first place is Zhu Xiaobei from Class 2, Grade 3, our senior class. His level reached level 7. 11% experience value. And hunted a level 5 boss. 1 level 3 elite and 1 level 4 elite. Received a scholarship fund of RMB 10,000. Let us warmly congratulate him. After speaking, Wang Wei took the lead in applauding. Then there was roaring applause and exclamations from the audience. Almost everyone's eyes widened. Holy shit, am I crazy? I actually heard it. The God of Learning won the first place in the trial. Not that. Is the undead summoner at the bottom of the hidden professions? Why is the ability superior to that of the Gale Swordsman and Seraphim? Hey, you don't know yet, right? Chen Zihao was beaten up by the God of Learning yesterday. It's too bad that he's still lying in the hospital now. Soon, you are in the eyes of everyone with envy, jealousy, and hatred. Stepped onto the rostrum. Received the student aid fund from Wang Wei. Today is the school's award ceremony. In the end, you deservedly won the first prize. Xu Xiaochen won the second prize. Since there is less than a month left for the college entrance examination, you decide to go to other alien dungeons to experience it. What to say today? You also need to save enough experience points to use bone fingers, because every time the bone fingers are used, it will consume 10% of the experience value. Last night, already used it once on Skeleton Boar, so you have 5 chances left. That is 50% of the experience value. The experience value of killing ordinary monsters is really too low. And now it's level 7. Level 8 is the upper limit of 40,000 experience points. 10% is 4,000. You suddenly thought, it will often cost tens of thousands in the future, when you have hundreds of thousands of experience points. The head is bigger. You shook your head. Don't think too much. After lunch, you left school. Take the special bus. Went to the location of the alien dungeon. Inside the alien copy base today. It's much more lively than yesterday. I only see the center of the square in the dungeon base. A huge screen has already been erected. Different commissions are scrolling on it from time to time. Because it's just a copy of alien difficulty. So, commission tasks also require some special materials. And the price is also very cheap. Need 100 tree color flowers. Origin, Qingqing grassland. The purchase price for each plant is 500 Chinese coins. Unlimited collection of goblin assassin hearts. Origin goblin crypt. The purchase price of each heart is 100 Chinese coins. Unlimited collection of tauren horns. Origin or Claire. Ordinary tauren. The purchase price per diagonal is 200 Chinese coins. Elite tauren horn 2000 Chinese coins. The boss, the Minotaur, has 20,000 Chinese coins. Boss Minotaur Horn 200,000 Chinese coins. Hundreds of commissions are constantly scrolling on the screen. It almost makes you dazzled. Especially when you see. When someone wants to buy a lifetime of split slime corpses. In an instant, everyone felt bad. 100,000 is a full 100,000 Chinese coins. You didn't even think of collecting some yesterday. My heart suddenly hurts. You want to cry but have no tears. According to the rules of previous years, the refresh time for level 5 boss is usually 3 days. In other words, you want to accept this commission. You have to wait at least 3 days. If you originally planned to go to the dungeon to kill monsters, it would be nice to be able to complete 1 or 2 commissions by the way. There is no need to go to Qingqing Grassland. After all, it is the lowest difficulty copy. Last total. You still chose the Orc with the highest difficulty level. Nest. The Orc Lair is the most difficult of the 3 alien dungeons. Its difficulty is even twice that of Qingqing Grassland. But the difficulty has become higher. The income from killing monsters will definitely be higher. Because you are in urgent need of experience points now. Have a decision in mind. You accepted the mission entrusted by the lair. Collect Tauren horns. If not per person, you can only accept at most 1 commission at a time. You actually want to pick up a few more. You went to the entrance to the dungeon of Shouren's lair. Enter the teleportation array. You feel dizzy. When you regain your vision again, it has already appeared in the outer area of the Orc Lair, at a random entry point of. The environment of the Orc Lair is very different from that of the Qingqing Grassland. Green grass with blue sky and white clouds. Fresh air. But the Orc Lair has a dim sky. The dark clouds that drift by from time to time and the barren land. Gives people an extremely depressing feeling. You took a deep breath. A random wave of the hand. Then he summoned a dozen skeleton mags. And the boss level skeleton boar. The area of the Orc Lair. Only about 1/5 of Qingqing Grassland. So the density of monsters is very high. If you summon too many skeleton brothers at once, I'm afraid it might scare someone off. He jumped onto the back of the skeleton boar. Even though it's a bit annoying. But who made this thing fast? In case of an irresolvable danger. It all depends on it. So you ride on a skeleton boar. With a dozen skeleton mags. Start going deep into the wilderness. The closer you get to the depths of the Orc Lair, there are more dark clouds in the sky. At the same time, a faint smell of blood began to drift away. Another 10 minutes passed. The smell of blood is stronger. The roar of the beast also became particularly clear. You cautiously approached. It's actually a jackal. Gnolls are the lowest type of orcs among the orcs. Adult body shape. About 1.6 meters. Not even as good as a human being. But its sharp claws and bloodthirsty are very terrifying. At the same level, ordinary professional human awakeners. Not a big advantage. And there are a full 5 jackals in the distance. These gnolls. It seems like I just finished hunting a beast. Lying on the prey and feasting. After confirming the identity of the other party, you will no longer worry about the next second. A green will-o'-the-wisp appeared in the palm of your hand. Your palms face outward. Push gently. A group of will-o'-the-wisps spread out at extremely fast speeds. The jackal flew into the distance. At the same time, a dozen skeleton mags. They also took out their own big treasures. Throw it away. Suddenly, the sound of rumbling explosions resounded continuously. Wait until the fire and smoke dissipates. The 5 gnolls had been blown up beyond recognition. They didn't know who killed them until they died. Successfully killed the first level spiritual monster jackal. Add 25 experience points. Congratulations on successfully killing the level 3 spiritual monster jackal. Add 455 experience points. A jackal only brings you 155 experience points. It's so pitiful. As you said that, you took out your shovel. Started his own plan to dig holes and build graves. Less than 10 minutes. 5 graves were erected. Look at these 5 brand new grave bags. Suddenly I felt like I was such a good person. Be someone else. Will these monsters be collected and buried? This time. 5 gnolls let you harvest 3 bottles of inferior corpse oil. 4 inferior grave incense sticks. And a skill book. The concentration of insight consumes 1 point of mental power. Can view any target information visible to the naked eye. Includes hierarchical 4-dimensional attributes. Damn, it's the insight skill. You look at the skill book in your hand. I couldn't help laughing for a moment. You were planning to save up money to buy one. But now it's actually directly from the grave. It's a huge profit to get it. Although it is only the lowest level of insight. But you can also check the target's level and thinking attributes. Enough. After using the insight skill book, you added another 3 bottles of inferior oil. Smeared all over the body. The thinking attribute is improved a little again. Finally, there is the incense on the grave. A poor quality grave incense. Can provide 6,000 experience points. 4 pieces equals 24,000. And use 1 bone finger. Requires 4,000 experience points to be consumed. This means you can use bone finger 6 times again. The driver is here. You impatiently lit the incense on the grave. Start absorbing the huge experience value. The mysterious bone finger was taken out from the pink storage bag, putting his fingertips on the horn of the skeleton boar. The magical scene that happened last night happened again. The size of the skeleton boar has skyrocketed again. But it's not over yet. your ability to continue using bone fingers. The third opportunity for promotion was also used up. After consuming 20% experience, the skeleton boar finally completes its final evolution. Looking in front of me, the body length is 8 meters. Skeleton boar nearly 5 meters tall. Your whole body is trembling with excitement. Skeleton boar. Spirit level beast downgraded. Level 7 strength 580 agility, 496 constitution 530 spirit 288. Skill savage crash. Level 1 haha strong. It's so powerful. The total 4-dimensional attributes are as high as 1,894 points. And the skills have also been upgraded to level 2. Upgraded from the original series to level 1. I'll call you Paige from now on. You patted the giant skeletal boar on the head. Next you choose a skeleton mage. Directly consumes 30% of experience points. Improved it by 3 levels. Street boss. Level 7 strength 235 agility 220 skill cannonball. The total 4-dimensional attributes of an F-level skeleton mage reached 1,105 points. Skills have also been upgraded by 1 level. It became an F-level skill. Big firecrackers. How big can the firecrackers be? You see, the front of the body has become slightly larger. About 2 meters. Full of interest. I'll call you little chicken from now on. Show me your big baby. You just killed a few jackals today. And gave the experience gained to the skeleton boar. Evolved it to the beast general level. And I also evolved a level 0 boss skeleton mage. Now I have Peppa Pig and Xiaoming by my side to protect me. Your courage also becomes greater. Level 7 beast generals and level 7 bosses. Not to mention that you can push this alien dungeon horizontally. But it's almost impossible to overturn the car. So you wave your hand. Thousands of skeleton mags began to appear in the wilderness. There were also dozens of skeletal boars. Go ahead and kill as much as you want. Kill all the monsters you meet. With your order. Skeleton mage like a white tide. Quickly dispersed in all directions. Deal with common monsters. Skeleton mage enough. If you meet an elite, just rely on the dozens of skeleton wild boars to coordinate the attack. Less than 5 minutes. You will start to receive prompts to kill monsters. And it's a continuous reminder. Successfully killed the spiritual level 2 monster jackal. Add 35 experience points. Congratulations on successfully killing the level 5 monster pig-headed monster. Add 85 experience points. Congratulations on successfully killing the level 8 monster minotaur. Add 135 experience points. Ordinary monster. There is no way it can withstand the strangulation of the skeleton army. Until half an hour later. You look at the light screen prompts in front of you. I couldn't help but frown slightly. 131 skeleton mags were killed. 155 skeleton mags died in battle. 13 skeleton boars killed. Successfully killed the level 0 and level 9 monster minotaur elite. Add 3,235 experience points. Get Tauren leather boots and Tauren battle axe. Minotaur's feet. Feel for them. I met an elite Tauren. Regarding the fighting power of the skeleton brothers, you are still very satisfied. Even elite level monsters couldn't survive a minute. He was beaten to death. This speed. I'm afraid it takes a career change to do it. The skeleton boys charge forward. Then you started digging holes and building graves behind me. By the way, the equipment picked up by the skeleton boys. Put everything into storage bag. About 3 hours later, your body once again blooms with an upgraded golden light. The level finally reached level 10. This is the so-called critical point of 1 turn. The moment you reach level 10, a job transfer mission suddenly appears in front of you. Summoner of the Undead mission. Have at least 1 boss level. Summoned beasts of level 1 or above. Ding. Congratulations on completing the mission. Level increased to level 11. Obtain rewards for all attribute overtimes. Talented skills are immortal. Comprehension effect 2 quotient of the dead. Quality improved to elite level. As the prompt sounds for a successful transfer, you just feel that your whole body is full of strength. Although there is only 1 level difference between level 10 and level 11. But the increase in 4-dimensional attributes is doubled. Plus the roll of oil. Your doubling rate is much more exaggerated than others. Professional Undead Summoner. 1 turn, level 11, strength 7, 170. Agility 800. Spirit 1530. Life equipment wounds of the deceased. Skills, talents, skills are immortal. SSS level I'm a bitch. This attribute is just unbelievable. Do you think even if you don't use summoned beasts, you can compare with some combat type hidden professions? And your summoned beast is even more ridiculously powerful. Especially Paige. His thinking attributes all exceeded 1000. More than twice as powerful as before. Talented skills are immortal. SSS level. Effect 1. Learn the same undead summoning skills without restriction. Ability to superimpose summoning effects without limit. At the same time, there is a very low chance to upgrade the skill by 1 level. Effect 2. Any damage you take will be randomly transferred to the summoned beast. The second effect of immortality is simply explosive. Especially when used in conjunction with effect 1. Even more invincible. After having effect 2. Aren't you the equivalent of immortality? As long as there are more brothers in your summoning space in the future, you will be safer. By then there will be tens of millions of younger brothers. I'm afraid it won't be easy even for a rank 9 expert to kill you. You set your sights on your own natural equipment, on the wounds of the dead. After a grade upgrade, black shovel, a small black and gold line actually appeared. Wounds of the dead elite level 11. Level 1 strength plus 100. Spirit plus 100. The effect is to dig a hole. Bury a body. After 60 seconds, you will get one. Small saplings full of various exotic fruits. Effect 2 dig a grave. Open a coffin. All the corpses whose graves you dug up will be resurrected. Be your most loyal slave. When you finish reading the introduction of Shovel Effect 2, the whole person is not good. Isn't this worse than that? Digging up ancestral graves every day. Just when you were secretly excited. Suddenly there was a sound of breaking wind in my ears. Then an arrow shot quickly. You who are unaware. This arrow pierced my heart directly. A large flying blood flower burst out. For a moment you thought you were going to die like this. But soon you were shocked to find out. Although the place where the heart was pierced is extremely painful. But your vitality. But there is absolutely no weakening trend. And the heart is recovering at a speed visible to the naked eye. But while you're recovering from your injuries, the 155 skeleton mags around him instantly disintegrated. It turned into something with a crash. Broken bones on the ground. A huge rage suddenly arose in your heart. Direct order. Thousands of skeleton mags started to rush towards the direction of the arrow. Less than a minute. Thousands of skeleton mags. Then he forced the other party out of his hiding position. That's a very young Tauren. The young Tauren stared at you in surprise for a few seconds. Then he used his skills. Kill all the surrounding skeleton mags instantly. Then he turned around and ran away. Insight. Name Tauren Yasin Boss Professional Earth Marksman. 1 turn to level 16. Strength 1000. 370 Spirit 1000. 50. It's actually an intelligent orc. It's incredible. You must know that orcs are different from beasts. They are more like a different kind of people. In some secret places, there is even an orc empire. You look at the Tauren gradually disappearing from sight. Yasin plans how to hunt the opponent. Then you decide you won't want to explore anymore. Instead, it goes straight towards the deepest part of the copy. You have a guess in your mind. There may be some secrets in this copy. Just as you move towards the depths of the copy, after advancing about 5 or 6 kilometers, you stopped immediately, looking at the scene ahead with complicated eyes. Those turned out to be 5 human corpses. Or rather, it's the corpse of this senior high school student. You stepped forward and squatted next to several corpses to check. Sure enough, everyone's heart is. A hole the size of a bowl appeared. Death looks exactly the same. It was the Tauren Yasin who did it. You sighed. Command Skeleton Mage. Send their corpses to the entrance of the instance. You just keep moving forward. Soon you discovered several battle venues. And without exception, there are corpses of students. 10 people, 20 people. 30 people get closer and closer to the depths of the lair. The anger in your heart becomes stronger. Send them all back. You waved your hand. Commanding the skeleton. Skeleton mags. As you get closer to the core of the lair, encountering more and more orcs, the quality is getting higher and higher. Until night falls. You have finally arrived at the heart of the orc lair. The 1-star dungeon orc lair comes with 20 bosses as standard. Levels range from level 5 to level 20. But half of these monsters will be active outside the lair. So the boss who stays in the core lair. Only about 10. Human, you piss me off. Kill the little ones for me. Just when you entered the core lair, a giant minotaur, leading hundreds of orcs, they rushed out. Tauren Chief first level boss level 20. Strength 2000. Agile 1000, 496. Constitution 1830. Worthy of being the final boss of the dungeon. The strength attribute is actually as high as 2000 points. But even so, you are not panic at all. Because Paige's thinking attributes are higher than his. Peppa Pig, let's go. You ride on Peppa Pig's back. Hand holding black shovel. Instantly transform into a pig knight. In terms of high-end combat power, orcs are stronger. But in quantity, skeleton monsters are crushing level. Now, the number of skeleton mags alone has already exceeded 10,000. The entire orc lair. They are all surrounded by 3 layers of skeleton mags inside and 3 layers outside. If you meet the orc elite, immediately, hundreds of skeleton mags rushed forward. And it's not like there are no high-end combat abilities among skeleton mags. For example, Xiaoming is very scary now. He almost every 3 seconds, just from the crotch, take out a huge firecracker 2.5 meters long. Then I just heard a loud bang. The whole ground is shaking slightly. Dozens of orcs were killed instantly. Even elites and boss orcs. They were all blown away and were stunned. Just then, a notification tone makes you stunned. 4,817 skeleton mags were killed. I rely on my feelings. Xiaoming's firecrackers do not distinguish between friend and foe. All living beings are equal. You glanced at the little boy who was celebrating. Ming couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth a few times. But fortunately, the skeleton mage is not worth the money. The Tauren Chief on the other side is slaughtering like crazy. The giant axe in his hand is extremely sharp. Even Page's physique of over 2,000 points will be easily breached. However, the overall strength is still better than Page. Plus, with your help, after the Tauren Chief persisted for 3,728 minutes, half of my head was chopped off by you with a shovel. Congratulations on successfully killing a level 20 monster. Add 100,000 experience points to the Tauren Chieftain. Congratulations on successfully raising your level to level 13. Obtain a reward of +10 for all attributes. Next. It's time again for the much-loved project of digging holes and building tombs. You just killed the Tauren Chief today. It took him 2.5 minutes to bury him underground. Finally harvested low-quality oil 17. 11 pieces of inferior grave incense. 10 bowls of inferior grave rice and 22 pieces of equipment. There is also a level 21st level boss outfit. That's the giant axe in the hands of the Tauren Chief. Inferior grave rice props. Restores 1 point of mental power every second. Lasts 60 seconds. Then you look at the boss-equipped furious battle axe beside you. Boss level 20. First level strength adds 395 effects. Has a weak armor breaking effect. Especially effective against alloy armor. One weapon adds nearly 400 attribute points. And it also has an armor breaking effect. Absolutely unbelievable. You need to know a level 21st level explosive weapon. The market price is about 50,000 to 100,000. But the attributes of this violent battle axe are so rare. It can definitely be sold for at least twice the price. You are excited. Put the violent battle axe into the storage bag. But at this moment, suddenly 2 blasts of sound rang out one after another. 2 sword lights flew out from a hidden corner. Shoot your head and chest. Finally showed up. Compared to being shot for the first time. Caught off guard. This time. You've obviously been preparing for the other party's cold arrows for a long time. There was a slight hint of sarcasm at the corner of your mouth. The next second, he hid behind Page. Page's huge body. It is the strongest shield. The 2 arrows look powerful. But when he hit Page in the ribs, it got stuck directly on it. You cursed and walked away from Page, looking at the direction where the arrow came from. There was a hint of cunning in his eyes. You knew he was coming. So from the beginning, the other party has entered the trap you set. Summon the skeleton mage. The voice fell. In an instant, countless dense skeleton mags appeared. Came out of the dark fog. 10 million, 3,000, 500,000, 8,000 skeleton mags. Formed a wide ocean. Surround him heavily. Leave no gaps. Damn it, you're just a first level summoner. How could there be so many summoned beasts? The Tauren Yasin looks ferocious. There were also fine beads of sweat on the forehead. Although these skeleton monsters are very weak, he can kill dozens of them with just one swing of his sword. But I can't handle the large quantity. Yasin gritted his teeth. Then he drew his bow like the full moon. The beginning of the earth. The next second, an earth-yellow arrow shot out instantly. The arrow first flew 100 meters into the air. Then suddenly changed direction. Straight down. Submerged into the ground in the blink of an eye. When the arrow hits the ground, suddenly Yasin is the center. 20 meters diameter ground. Suddenly hundreds of khaki lightsabers emerged. Lightsabers are extremely destructive. The skeleton mage's fragile body is completely unable to withstand. Fell down instantly. 755 skeleton mags were killed in the blockbuster. You saw this scene from a distance. He also raised his eyebrows. This Tauren named Yasin. Really powerful. It should be considered top among its peers. But sorry. You think you are invincible at the same level. The distance has just been cleared. A large area of. Immediately it was filled with dense skeleton mags again. You will no longer give the other party a chance. Start directing the younger brothers to fight back. I saw countless firecrackers being thrown out. Although not very powerful. But it still caused Yasin to suffer a lot. After all, there are too many. The firecrackers flying in the sky never stop. At this time, Xiaoming looked at Yasin who was shuttled among the skeletons. Acting very excited. He rushed out in the next second. He kept talking about Abba. Then went about 100 meters away from Yasin. Extremely excited, he threw the ignited firecracker. The firecrackers exploded accurately next to Yasin. Huge flames soared into the sky, covering a radius of tens of meters. 666 skeleton mags were killed. However, Yasin, who was hit head-on by a firecracker, already lost combat effectiveness. Looking at the dying people on the ground. Yasin, whose skin was all burnt and blackened. Don't mention how happy you are in your heart. Then I stopped going to see Yasin. I casually called 2 younger brothers. Lift the opponent up and rush back. Not long after, you will go to the nearest dungeon exit. There are dozens of skeleton mags standing here. And the dozens of student corpses they brought back. You waved your hand. Order the skeleton boys. Take the corpses of the students out of the copy. Accompanied by a flash of light. You soon appeared at the entrance to the instance. The gunman saw someone coming out. I also looked over with interest. But when they saw the scene in front of them clearly, only 2 soldiers were seen. Immediately raise the assault rifle in your hand. Accurately shoot on each skeleton mage's body. They were quickly sieved. You were witnessing all this, but didn't stop. After all, dozens of skeleton mags. It's just drizzle to you. No, why would there be one in the Orclair? Undead creature. It's the breath of the summoned beast. The two soldiers didn't seem to react until now. Then he turned around and stared at you for a few seconds. Can classmates tell me what's going on? Facing the wary and suspicious eyes of the two people, you can only compare the causes and consequences of things, all told once. After you finished speaking, you said hello and left. As for the Torin Yasin, why does it appear in the copy? Not your ordinary student. Things to take care of. After leaving the copy transfer area, you went straight to the commission office. When you remove it from the storage bag, when taking out all the Torin horns, the people in charge of the acquisition were almost stunned. Ordinary Torin horns 255 pairs. 12 pairs of elite Torin horns. 2 pairs of mahogany Torin fate. A pair of boss Minotaur fate. A total of 315,000 Huaxia coins were exchanged. You look at the account arrival reminder on your mobile phone text message. The face is all smiles. Then you got on the return bus. But what you don't know is, right in the back row of this bus, a man wearing a peaked cap is watching silently. A pair of deep eyes full of coldness. The bus is speeding along. Soon we were back in the city center. You are in the distance prop trading market. Most recent site. Got off the car, because you have to go back to your hometown for 2 days tomorrow. So I thought of getting rid of the equipment on my body first. Just entered the trading market. You saw it at a glance. The cat-eared girl soliciting customers at the door. Today's cat-eared girl is wearing a maid outfit, on a pair of slender white thighs. Also wearing a mesh black silk. It's almost as if you can't walk anymore. Brother, do you want a cat-eared girl or not? Just when you were staring at the cat-eared girl admiring it, suddenly there was a sound in my ears. Some familiar voices. Someone coming. It's the second-hand dealer who collected your equipment last night. Zhong Tai Dan Xiaobei. Bro today. There are good things for sale again. You nod. Nothing more to say. He calmly took out his pink storage bag. I took out all the equipment I got today one by one. Today's harvest is 10 times more than yesterday's. Especially that giant axe. Even Zhong Tai Dan, who has always been calm and composed, their expressions changed slightly. The biggest selling point of this violent battle axe. It's its armor-breaking effect. The equipment comes with tens of thousands of effects. And the armor-breaking ability can definitely be ranked in the top 10. How much do you give for these equipment? Zhong Taidan couldn't put it down and stroked the violent giant axe. I looked at the other equipment again. The last bite. A terrifying figure was revealed. Yufu will give you 100,000. The other equipment adds up to give you 80,000. A total of 180,000. After hearing the other party's offer, you thought for a few seconds. Didn't increase the price either. After all, the price is already very reasonable. So you took out your phone. Opened the payment code. What may surprise you is, the other party didn't even want to pay this time. Damn it, broad daylight. Lang Lang Chenkun. Are you going to sell again today? Today you used the equipment that was exploded in the last dungeon. All sold to Zhong Taidan. When you just opened the payment code, I found out that he wanted to sell you something again. Your heart skipped a beat. He said. He took out 2 items from his storage bag. Xiaobei brothers. Do you look at me or not? Make money quickly. This is a book of summoning skills for the undead. As well as a purification potion that can improve the level of summoned undead beasts. If you don't want me, just sell it to someone else. I don't want not to watch. Suddenly you react. His eyes fell on Zhong Taidan. On the 2 props in hand. Let me show you clearly the names and effects of props. Suddenly overjoyed. Then ask him for the price. Skill book 50,000. Purification potion 150,000. Zhong Taidan said with a smile on his face. The face of profiteers is clearly revealed. In the end, you spent 200,000 to buy these 2 items. Counting the 180,000 I just spent selling the equipment. It's equivalent to you paying 20,000 yuan for it. My heart suddenly started bleeding. After Zhong Taidan leaves, you pick up 2 items and look at them. Low-level undead purification potion props. Apply the potion to an undead creature. Raise the level of undead creatures by 1 level. But it cannot exceed the beast general level. And each undead creature can use it once at most. Summon skeleton guard gather summon. An elite skeleton guard. The level increases as the summoner improves. Each summon consumes 10 points of spiritual power. A bottle of purifying potion. A skill book. They are all good things that can instantly increase your combat effectiveness. Especially the skeleton guards. Just listen to the name. I know this thing's defense must be very impatient. The effect is definitely much better than the crispy skeleton mage. Leave the trading market. You went straight home. When you get home, close the door tightly. Then he took out the roll paper. He also took out the skill book and purification potion. Learn to summon skeleton guards. Along with the skill book, it turns into little stars. Submerged in one's own sea of consciousness. You can instantly grasp the summons of the skeleton guard. Summon skeleton guard. A ball of black mist flew out from the palm of my hand. Landed in the middle of the living room. The black fog dissipated in an instant. A brand new skeleton monster appeared. This is a tall skeleton monster over 2 meters tall. Between hands, he was also carrying a bone shield that was almost as tall as him. Skeleton guard. First class elite level 13 strength 580 agility 300 constitution 1050. Skills to come forward. Gather skeleton guards. Able to move towards a target in a very short time. And hold up the shield in a defensive posture. The maximum jump distance is 10 times. The level is indeed a defensive skeleton monster. You nodded with great satisfaction. Then he took out a piece of white bone from the storage bag. Fingers alight. He tapped lightly between the skull guard's eyebrows. Suddenly black light bloomed. The level of the skeleton guard begins to increase. From elite to boss. Up to the level of Major General. The skeleton guard, who was originally just over 2 meters tall. Now it has skyrocketed to 3 meters away. Especially that bone shield. There are actually more than a dozen black and gold lines on it. It feels more solid. This is much more reliable than the skeleton mage. Looking at the upgraded beast level skeleton guard. Properties panel. You're a big fuck. 3,888 points of physical attributes. Purely big meat shield. And this nearly 4,000 points of physical attributes. Or just the skeleton guard itself. Not including the shield in his hand. From now on, please call me Xiaochang. The unbeatable Xiaochang. You waved your hand and took Xiaochang back to the summoning space. Then Xiaoming was released again. Now the Peppa Pig and Xiaochang under my command are all major generals. Only Xiaoming only has the boss level. So of course the purification potion should be reserved for the little one. You will take a whole bottle of purification potion. All smeared on Xiaoming's bones. After waiting for 2.5 minutes, the potion is absorbed. Xiaoming also successfully promoted to skeleton mage. First level beast general. Level 13 strength 855 agility 1000. 350 spirit 3000. 100. Skill super cannon level 1. TSK 3000. 100 points of mental power. I will definitely win the overall MVP next time I play in a team. Regarding Xiaoming's enemy killing efficiency. You still agree very much. Especially when dealing with miscellaneous fish. Xiaoming's harvesting ability. Much more than all of them combined. After taking Xiaoming back to the summoning space. After you simply washed up. Holding the roll paper, I fell asleep. And the other side. In a quiet courtyard in Guaka community. An old man with a grey beard. Sitting in the pavilion drinking tea. Watching with interest. A mysterious man 10 meters away. Mysterious man. Wearing a black peaked cap and mask. Looking at the courtyard with cold eyes but extremely fear. Don't dare to make any unnecessary moves. Old man with grey beard. It is Shusan who lives in room 303, building 3. He took a sip of hot tea first. Then he spoke calmly. The Chen family actually sent you here. It's too much. The young master is seriously injured. You may miss this year's college entrance examination. The mysterious man answered concisely and concisely. When Shusan heard this, he showed a hint of ridicule. If you are not as skilled as others, find help. Your young master is really a waste. Not like my lady. Speaking of which, Shusan suddenly felt that these words tasted strange. So he immediately stopped talking. I'll give you 3 seconds to get out of here. Otherwise, the Chen family will wait to collect your body. 5:30 the next morning. As soon as you woke up, you thought about going back to your hometown today. So after briefly washing up, he hurriedly left the room. The morning bus from the station to Anzhou County is at 6:30. But it was just 6 o'clock at this time. You're not in a hurry. Walking on dark streets. Open the phone. Ready to find a good novel to pass the time. This book seems pretty good. The title of the book is just too arrogant. What is the Call of Death called? Just click on it and prepare to watch it for a few minutes. But just this look. But it made you obsessed. This also causes you to almost ignore the movement around you. So that it is dozens of meters behind. I've been hanging on to someone without even noticing it. When you pass by an alley, the person behind him finally took action. I saw him slowly pull out a dagger from his waist. The next moment, the mysterious man started running quickly. It's just weird. He ran so fast. Not a single sound of footsteps was made. The distance of tens of meters disappears in an instant. A sharp look flashed in the mysterious man's eyes. He approaches behind you like a ghost. Only half a meter. Then his wrist shook. The dagger with a cold light instantly cuts across your throat. Hot blood spurted out instantly. Remember, boy, don't mess with you in the next life. Not to be messed with. The dagger in the hand is slowly flowing with bright red blood. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Lost all vitality. Successfully killed the third level 39 human assassin elite. Experience value plus 500,000. Looking at the mysterious man lying on the ground. You still have lingering fears. The third level elite assassin is really terrifying to the extreme. If it weren't for the ability to transfer damage, then you won't even have time to react. Will be killed directly. You took a look inside your summoning space. Just that blow just now actually killed more than 2,000 of your skeleton mags. The third level powerhouse truly deserves his reputation. You have left a deep record in your heart for the Chen family. But even though I almost died today, but it's also a blessing in disguise. Gained a full 500,000 experience points. A big step closer to reaching level 14. Then you start touching the corpse as a habit.